Welcome. This is Tom.
Mike.
AM.
In the PM.
HUDRadio.com. We're live from the BMW of Atlantic City studios. BMW of Atlantic City. We're off exit 17 in the Parkway. Find them online, BMW of AtlanticCity.com. Every Wednesday night, we're brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make them yours, Gibson Mayer, LLC. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com. Tom Arnaud, Michael Mataraki, Greg Mwakovic, Rob Povey on the ones and twos. Later on in the show, Phillies Managerial Search. A lot of names being tossed out there. If we have time, we'll get to it. We're going to have time. We're going to get to it. A lot of more names surfacing. And one today, Boston Red Sox, smart baseball guy, sort of got the raw deal in Boston. We'll talk about some names later on in the show for the Phillies. Joel Embiid, 20 tonight already. TTP, baby. Trust the process. That's why you sign a guy to a big-time contract. That's why you can't let a guy like that walk out the door. That's why you can't let it hang over his head. I love it. He was fully healthy from the jump. We talked about it. His own presser talked about it a couple of weeks back. Joel Embiid, Sixers. We'll get into that later on the show. Dominating the Nets tonight. But Thursday Night Football tomorrow night, boys. And in my opinion, a statement game for the Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz, Doug Peterson, and the whole Eagles organization.
Yeah, you could say it. The whole freaking organization.
The whole freaking organization. Thursday Night Football, our poll question, brought to you by Scanzano Sports. Find them on the web, scanzanosports.com. Thursday Night Football, pick the winner. 4-1 Eagles, 4-1 Panthers. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. HUD Radio is where you can find us. Fletcher Cox, I believe he's playing tomorrow. He was a full participant in practice today. I know he's questionable. He's going to play tomorrow night. And when you're a full participant, you usually play that next day. Well, everything's pointing up for Fletcher. No Lane Johnson, we know.
I actually have some reliable intel, very reliable intel that said that last Friday night, Fletcher was out bowling over at Pinsetters with a bunch of friends and seemed to be moving around without an issue. And the coaches actually held him out on Sunday because he wanted to go.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
So maybe it's just knowing that the Cardinals' offensive line was kind of shoddy. They weren't real afraid of them. Giving Fletcher that little extra time with the short week coming up for Thursday Night Football, they're going to need Fletcher to be at top of his game to go get Cam. So see what happens.
It's something the Eagles do really well is go get Cam. Yeah. Cam Newton's hot right now. Carson Wentz hot right now. Something's going to even out tomorrow night. We're going to answer all your questions on Facebook, YouTube, everywhere you're joining us. Tiffany Mwakovic, send me a shout-out.
Hi, Tiff.
There you go. There's a shout-out. Sam Nelson.
Wait, is that mommy or sister?
No, it's sister.
All right. Hi, Tiff.
All the way up in northern Minnesota.
Yeah, I might get that like, hey, Tiff.
Hey, Tiff.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. In northern Minnesota, don't you know?
Thank you for the emergency tonight because the kid is flat out struggling. But listen, when the lights turn on, so do I. So let's go to work.
It's just my idea. He was the executor.
He was. Always executed.
This is the way this has happened. I'm the idea guy, and it's the execution.
Somehow this jabron hasn't got sick. I was blowing snot rockets out windows Saturday driving to Maryland for a baseball tournament, and the guy, look at him. Great shape. Dude, best shape of his life.
Dude, airborne and mellow yellow. That's how I roll.
And that's how I rolled when I got sick. Well, not mellow yellow, but tons of airborne. Sam Nelson, Embiid is a damn monster. Zach Boylan, Alshon going to go off tomorrow night. Lenny Robinson, Thursday Night Football sucks. No prep, no recuperation. Players, fans, and coaches hate it. Michael DeAndrea, we're going to run right through them literally.
Let's back up 2 comments. I don't think the players hate it. Because they know that when they play Thursday Night Football,
they get a nice little break.
Their next game is the following Monday night. They get a little mini bye in there, so I don't think the players hate it after the fact. They get a whole week. They get a half a week of non-contact practice. They get a primetime game, and then they get a mini bye. I don't think the players hate it at all.
Yeah, they get a couple of days off, legit days off.
Yeah, they do. Troy Jalbert, Philly. He's taking the Eagles. Rob Lutman, respect the B-Dog jersey. What up, Rob? Alex Ocasio. Eagles, Birds, 5-1.
I'll tell you what. You know it's a big game when I break out the B-Dog jersey.
When B-Dog comes home.
When B-Dog comes out, it's a big game.
Jarrell K. and Embiid is a young Tom Arnaud. Appreciate it, Jarrell. Jason Ballas, all whites for Thursday night. So, the Eagles are going all white on Thursday night. Well, you're on the road.
Hey,
I get it, but I just hate it.
If they were home, we might get a blackout game, but with it being the stupid color rush, they may stick us green on green, and that's brutal. Ugh.
Yeah, green on green is brutal.
So I'm perfectly content with them doing white on white on the road.
So, boys, right into it.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go right into it.
Yeah.
Who you got? Panthers, Eagles, score, player of the game. You know the routine.
I'm going to start over here.
27-17 Carolina.
27-17 Carolina.
I just think on the short week, you stay with the home team, the team that doesn't have to travel. And we saw last year when Lane Johnson is not on the field, this offensive line is a totally different offensive line.
Fair enough.
My player of the game is going to be Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
Surprisingly, Mr. Milakovic and I are not on opposing sides of this one. I had them at 4-2 after 6 games beginning of the season. Are they better than I thought they were at this point in the year? Yes, they are. If they had a healthy Lane Johnson and a healthy secondary, I think I would probably lean that way. But the absence of Lane Johnson, short week, on the road, Cam's starting to get hot. No Ronald Darby still. I have a little lower scoring, though. I'm actually going 17-13 Carolina. Defensive struggle. Player of the game, late touchdown from Kelvin Benjamin.
Wow, I'm going opposite of you guys, but before I get there, we got tons flying in. Ralphie D, Birds Baby, Anthony Devlin. Do we blitz more than we have? No, I mean, I think your front four, especially if Fletcher's playing, you can get the Cam. And we've never had an issue getting the Cam over the past few years.
And
so
Schwartz doesn't like the blitz.
That's not his MO. So I don't see anything changing. Doug Zeke, my number one dogs. Looking good, Mataraki.
Thank you.
What up, Zeke, man? Daniel Bakley, Eagles are doing blackout versus Redskins, he heard.
Yeah, that's a home Monday night game. That'll be the blackout.
And he also hit us, what up, guys? What up, Dan?
What's going on, Dan?
And what else we got? Zach Boylan. What up, Zach? 21-17 Eagles. Defense comes up big in the fourth. John Skeel, black on black is not the Eagles. I don't know.
Sure it is. When they're at home.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what's the issue?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Zach Boylan, Alshon player of the game. Bob Hartman, haven't road teams been winning on Thursday nights? They have been, Bobby. They have been. Deion Brown, what will be the keys to victory? We'll get into that in a little bit. And we got tons more flying in. But before we get to them, I'll give you my prediction here.
Please.
I'm going 27-14 Eagles. I think
convincing win.
I think we roll them. I'm not. Listen, Cam Newton is the most overrated quarterback in all football. That's just facts. Okay, has he been hot the last couple of weeks? Sure, great. Kudos to Cam Newton. Okay, well, does he consistently get it done in the pocket? No, he doesn't consistently get it done in the pocket. Right? I think we're going to get pressure up the middle, pressure off our ends, and that's not a guy who's going to be able to sit in the pocket and pick you apart. It's not who he is. And I know people love Cam, and he's big and he's physical. He can do a lot of things. I'm not sold on Cam Newton. As soon as things start going bad for Cam Newton, that entire team goes south. So if you get up on them early and you start putting a beating on him, they fold. We've seen it in the past. We've done it to them in the past. I'm not scared of their offense. I'm really not. What running game? What's their running game?
No,
they're so one-dimensional. It's not even funny right now. And I understand. I love that it's a passing leg. I'm a big believer in that. But at some point, you do have to run the ball a little bit with success. That's not who they are. Granted, their defense is a good defense. I think people are making them out better than they really are. Both their safeties are banged up. You know, their corners are young guys who can cover. I get that. But listen, we're the best team in football in third down conversions. I think that continues. I think that translates and continues this Thursday night. And I think it's a statement game, like I said earlier on. I think this team's going down there on a mission to take care of business. So I think they deliver it to them.
Hey, I sincerely hope you're right. Because
I do too.
you and I, we're only 3 points apart on what Carolina's going to score. I just feel like Carolina's defense is going to cause some problems. I hope I'm wrong. I really do.
No,
Carolina's defense is the real deal, and
so is ours. And what a playoff defense has got to do.
I hear you. They got to step up on the road against tough competition. There's so many factors right now, and I am a big believer in playing with emotion, and they're honoring Sam Mills tomorrow night. Like, it just becomes one of those things where if Carolina's defense starts playing downhill early and just keeps their foot on the gas, and it takes Carson quarter and a half, 2 quarters to turn it around and level that playing field, if it turns into a short game, basically a second half game, do they just have enough time to get it done? I mean, trust me, I'm going into this game with, my full-on, eagled out, let's go down there and get it done. I just feel like it's going to be real tough.
No, I get that, but what translates on the road? Winning time and possession
Right.
and damn good defenses. What are two things that Philadelphia Eagles have done really well so far through 5 games? Time of possession, damn good defense. Both them things translate when you're talking about traveling on a short week. Carolina's got a short week too. I mean, it's not a short week for one team. They had to travel back to Carolina.
Completely
so
agree.
they did have to fly. It's not like they were already home waiting.
Sure.
They had to travel back. We were in Philly. We didn't have to go anywhere. So it's not like we had to fly back to Philly and then fly to Carolina on a short week. We're already home, ready to go. Listen, I love this freaking football team. I love this goddamn head coach, and I love this quarterback. Then all 3 of them things are going on the road, and they're taking this piece of garbage down. Because I don't like the guy. I don't like the guy from
I hate the guy.
I think he's a smart ass. He's a cocky prick, with all due respect. And when things don't go well for him, and I hate guys like that, because leaders don't do that. Leaders don't get soft as soon as something goes bad for you, and that's his whole MO.
Leaders don't lose their yogurt deals.
No, they don't.
They don't.
They don't. And somebody wanted to, Mike, what's Mike's last name?
Lipinski.
No,
Galetta.
Yeah,
it's Italian.
Get it
Come
right.
on.
I'm not feeling it. He says, "Oh baby, I'm here, locked and loaded. Buckle up, boys." Sam Nelson, I'm expecting a big game from Alshon. Panthers corners are suspect. I think they're
a little better than suspect.
Yeah, you want to say their safeties are suspects. I'll buy into that one.
Any safety with Kirk Coleman in the back is suspect.
Suspect.
I got a couple over here. Jake Bloss, what's up, guys? Huge game tomorrow. Get the win tomorrow with Fletcher Cox playing. Come back with a mini bye and then hopefully get Ronald Darby back for the Redskins game at home. Then dominate a horrible 49ers team before we face the Broncos. I like his thought process. William Whiteset, Eagles 24-17. And David Rosca, what's up, guys? My Rams defense sucked last Sunday. Well, David, you knew that was coming, buddy.
Well, not only that,
they were bound to have a shitter in there once or twice.
Cooper Kupp had the winning touchdown. He just dropped it.
That was a tough catch.
It hit him in the hands.
It hit him in the hands while he was fully extended vertically or horizontally, whatever you want to call it.
They gave that game away,
They did give that game away.
They gave that game away.
The Rams.
They did.
The Rams.
Yeah, they did. You got to make that catch. That's a great look off. That's a great read out of Jared Goff. He's taking a lot of criticism
you have
on this
that,
show.
And then you have
Kid looks good.
The Gurley fumble early in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just they gave that game away.
Take a step back for a second, though, and look at the NFL as a whole this weekend. So you got 2 4-1 teams going at it on Thursday night with Cam and Carson, who are arguably the 2 hottest quarterbacks in the NFL right now, outside of probably Aaron Rodgers. Then on Sunday afternoon, you got Leonard Fournette and the Jacksonville defense going against Todd Gurley and that Rams defense that until last week was playing fantastic.
Well, yeah.
And then you've got the 2 backup running backs that have come out of nowhere in Aaron Jones in Green Bay and Jerick McKinnon in Minnesota facing off against each other this week. And then you've got Monday night, you get the Titans and the Colts in what's probably going to be the biggest garbage game of the whole weekend as your primetime Monday night game. Crazy weekend.
Is Mariota back for Monday?
It's still to be a game time decision.
Because they're completely different.
Oh, yeah.
And as they should be, because that's how good Mariota is.
Yeah.
But that was they were a shell of themselves with Matt Castle back there.
I mean, it'd be unbelievable if he doesn't play and Jacoby Brissett takes that team into Tennessee and gets a win. Anyway, back to the Birds.
We got a few more. Jason Ballas, 27-14. Question mark. To my prediction, he says he loves it. Tiffany Mowakovic, Cam has no consistency.
That's true.
Agreed. John Skeel, Cam is very overrated. 24-21 Eagles. Rob Lutman, plus Wentz runs one in. I think he had a score prediction somewhere. Joe Ursino on the Sixers. Am I the only one holding my breath every time Embiid is on the floor? No, you're not. No, you're not, Joey. You ain't, brother.
But at some point, we're going to have to stop.
And Mike Galetta, 2014 Panthers.
All right, he's in that same general area.
He would, Mike. You would. Ruin our mood.
He's rolling with the NFC South.
Yeah.
Zach
Mr.
Boylan.
Panthers guy. Or, I'm sorry, Mr. Bucks guy.
Yeah, Mr. Bucks guy. Zach Boylan. Remember when Santa destroyed these guys on primetime? Yeah, I do. Bobby Hartman. Tom, who's more overrated, Cam or Dak? Well, it's Dak. I mean, Cam's going to a Super Bowl, so, it's Dak right this second. They're both overrated, but Cam does have success. Granted, for 1 year, he did still have major success to go to a Super Bowl. You can't.
I
can't just dismiss that.
I'll
even though I
say
don't
this.
like him.
I don't know.
Cam had the success on the field, but he's not a leader. Dak may not have had the extended success on the field yet, but I'll take his leadership skills over Cam any day and twice on Sunday. I mean, for as much as you want to say Dak sucks, and if you look at his mechanics and the throws under pressure and all that stuff, and I agree with you, I'll take his leadership and the Koulians over Cam any day.
Yeah, but I struggle to say Cam's overrated. Is he a top-tier quarterback? Absolutely not.
All right.
But his team has always been in contention since he's been there. And they did get to the Super Bowl. I also don't think of him as a top-tier quarterback. So maybe that's where I don't think he's overrated, whereas I just think he's a very solid quarterback that does lead his team outside of some true leadership qualities.
The only thing I'm going to say to that is the team built on defense. And I think that's evidenced by the fact that every time Derek Anderson has had to play for this team, they've still played well. Right. Now, Derek Anderson's a pretty damn good backup quarterback.
Yeah, not a bad one to have.
But, it's a plug-and-play offense. The only thing you lose when you put a different quarterback in there is Cam's running ability.
Lenny Robinson, Dak way more overrated. Cam has proven he can ball at a high level. Deion Brown, Lane Johnson being out may cause a slight issue. Michael DeAndrea, Eagles going to run the ball and control the game. You will see.
Hope so.
Fox Trilly and Cam didn't even try to get on that fumble in the Super Bowl. Joey Ursino.
Tell it, Fox.
Joey Ursino, is it possible new additions on offense help hide Lane Johnson being out? Yeah, definitely. Definitely more than last year. Last year there was no weapons.
Right.
So when you lose one of your all-pro caliber players, you can't hide it.
Yeah,
now,
when you lose your best offensive lineman.
Yeah, and maybe
you lose them.
And maybe at the time your best offensive player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Essentially.
Last year.
Well, here's
rookie year for Carson.
Rookie year for Carson, yeah.
What I'd have to assume you're going to see tomorrow night is a lot of two tight end sets where you'll probably have Alshon isolated on the wide side of the field by himself. You'll have Selleck lined up over Vaitai to give him help at that right tackle. You'll probably have Ertz in the slot outside of him, and then they'll probably roll some sort of rotation of Torrey and Nelson outside of Ertz. And what you're going to see is you're going to see three men in the pattern and a lot of backs out of the backfield. So it wouldn't surprise me if you see a lot of Clement and a lot of Barner in pass-catching roles tomorrow night, because they're going to have to make sure that Vaitai is covered on that side, and they're going to have to do it with a tight end.
Yeah.
So I got some over here, Tommy.
And that's what who was saying. Somebody was saying the same thing. I'm going to find out who it was. Zach Boylan.
That's because
you Selleck to help out Big V over there.
Sierra Vukovic, Eagles, Chev 93. Nelson's going to have a big game again, and the D's going to show up big. Go Birds.
I'm glad they said again, because Nelson's almost scored. If he hasn't, he scored in every game, or maybe sub of one. Two. But I'm saying he's been in chances. He's had good games, so I'm glad they said again.
Yeah.
Because Nelson.
It's not a one-hit wonder now.
Right.
Now it's consistency.
Yeah, Nelson's there.
And what we were talking about last year, with coming into year 3, your essential junior year, now the consistency has to be, every down, every game, and you're starting to see that more. And you see that in Carolina by Devin Funchess as well.
Right.
Another guy. I think Funchess is in his junior year, right?
Took a few years, yeah.
Took a few years, and it's hard. It's hard for young wide receivers. It just is.
And he came
not
out
everybody's
Michigan.
Not everybody's Calvin Johnson.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who comes in and just the reason you call Megatron. You're a freak, Daddy. Right? You're a freak. You got more?
Ryan Brodo, Eagles 20-17. Player of the game, Brandon Graham. Ryan Stewart, Eagles defensive line will help them secure a win. Beastly Bengali, which I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Eagles have this game. I'm thinking the Birds defense will be more involved, 24-20 Birds. I like it.
Biggest match of the game, according to Jason Ballas. I can't say anybody's name right.
J-Balls.
J-Balls. J-Balls. What up, Balls? Biggest matchup of the game, Jenkins on Ed Dixon.
Ed Dixon has been playing very well in place of Greg Olsen.
See, let me jump in here real quick, because I don't disagree with you, but I think the whole thing with Ed Dixon is the entire NFL thinks this guy's just a blocker. Well, he was exposed last week, and not in a bad way. What I mean is he goes 5 for 175, but he doesn't get in the end zone. Well, now all of a sudden the rest of the league sees this on film and goes, okay, so even with Greg Olsen out there still going to throw to their tight end, well, now we're going to cover him. So now that you actually have teams covering the guy, how good is he really going to be? So we'll see.
Yeah.
True. Sam Nelson, 21-13 Eagles. Got to put Cam on the turf as much as possible because it gets in his head.
That's a game plan, absolutely.
And that's any
That's any
matchup you go into,
yeah.
but that's something we do really well is pressure the quarterback. And he's got to continue on the road.
Guys, we got breaking news out of Cleveland. Didi Gregorius goes deep for the second time tonight. The Yankees chase Corey Kluber in the fourth. Trevor Miller enters top of the fourth, 3-0 Yankees.
I'm sick. I can't get a game right tonight.
I'm sorry, Andrew Miller.
That's
like the third time I've done that on this show.
I was trying to think. I'm like, is there a Trevor Miller in there?
Andrew Miller enters in the fourth inning. That's how.
Yeah, but what happened the last time the Yankees chased Kluber early?
Yeah. Craziness.
Chief Wahoo came back. Let's go, Tribe. That is crazy, though, that Kluber just isn't there right now.
Yeah. Zill Jones, defense will let the league know they're for real. Eagles, 24-10. Big old capital letters, go Eagles.
24-10, interesting.
Samir Plies, I think Carson has a field day. Panthers might have both their corners out. I haven't heard that. Safeties, yeah. Watch Alshon go off. He will take advantage of a banged-up secondary. But the big Panthers wide receivers provide a huge threat to the Eagles, and I will agree with that.
Definitely.
They do, but we have big corners too. I mean, it's not our corners, I wouldn't say, are undersized. I mean, they're big physical corners, not patch. I mean, not as much Robinson as Mills. I mean, Mills is a little more physical and bigger, but both corners have played really well.
You know what's crazy, though? You're talking about that. The one guy that we ripped on this show through the entire preseason is now – Pro Football Focus's number 1 ranked corner in the NFL,
With all
Patrick
due respect,
Robinson.
They're flat out freaking clueless.
Well, they are.
I mean, they're flat out clueless. When I saw their rankings of Carson Wentz, that's all I need to know. Stop doing your rankings. Just stop doing them.
Yeah.
If you watch it with your eyes, the guy's played well. Played well. I get that, dude. The guy can't catch a ball. I mean, really. So you're ranking him. You're ranking him number 1, and the guy can't catch a ball in his hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's why he plays corner instead of receiver.
Yeah, and I get that, and he's played well. But sometimes it's like, come on, man. I don't know. I just can't. I can't buy into that. He's the number 1.
You hold Fitz to 3 for 31. You're doing something.
The one matchup that it goes with my player to game. It's going to be interesting. Kendricks, Bradham, whatever outside backer ends up matching up with McCaffrey. It's going to be very interesting on which side of the field he's going to end up on. That's going to be an interesting matchup, especially on the pass catching side.
Right, but I have to wonder. Do they actually try to cover him with a linebacker, or do they go extra defensive back and try to bump him off the line with a D back and then run with him?
It's possible. You're absolutely right.
I mean, Schwartz has been known to throw some pretty exotic stuff out there with teams that use their backs out of the backfield a lot. So I guess where I would be most concerned is these funky sets now that Carolina's come up with where they have Stewart and McCaffrey in the backfield at the same time.
The triple option last week was crazy for that touchdown.
Yeah.
Bob Hartman, primetime game, I'm looking at Carson and Doug to be the big difference. Agreed?
Samir comes back with a shot at you, big guy.
Who?
Don't go off on Robinson for not catching the ball. Corner's first priority is to make sure the ball isn't caught. He's doing his main job.
Stop it, dude. Just stop it. Okay, the ball's in his goddamn hands. Really, I'm not crushing the guy. I'm crushing that he's not number 1 corner in football. That's what I'm saying. If you want to say he's a top 15 corner in football and he's played well, okay, I'll buy into that. My shot is at Pro Football Focus. My shot is not at Robinson. Okay? My shot is not at the guy. He's played really well, but he's not the number 1 goddamn fucking corner in football. That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous goddamn statement and ridiculous publication to even put that shit out there. It's ridiculous, dude. Come on. Can we all agree he's not the number 1 corner in football?
I don't think he's the number 1 corner on this team.
Yeah.
But that's my point. I'm not taking a shot at the guy. I'm saying, did they watch the game? Like, he's played really well.
He's playing the slot for a reason. Because he can't play on the outside.
No, the whole...
You guys are going to get me upset when I'm sick. I don't want to get upset.
Well, I'm trying to get you upset.
I'll faint. I might fall over.
Because I know that blood pressure starts going, and then you'll be good to go. Come 11 o'clock tonight, you'll be like, sick? I ain't sick. I'm healthy. I'm going to go lift. Let's go. And you know it.
You want to go do
That's
karate in the garage?
That's great.
What else do we got?
Chev 93. I hope Kendrick is better than last year covering backside of the backfield. The Lions game is still on my mind. Good point.
Theoretic's a problem.
Yeah.
That's why when he's on the field, he
Yeah.
catches balls on every linebacker in football. That's what he does. Rob Lutman, this is Nelson's big chance to shine. I think Nelson's been shining anyway. But if you want to do it on another primetime game, that's fine as well. I think the kid's special. I think he's going to develop into a number one, and that's what you drafted him to be. Tiffany Milwakovic, you guys are awesome. Thanks, Tiff.
Thanks, Tiff.
Daniel Binkley, Peppers versus Peters. Michael DeAndrea said, he's worried about, Julius Peppers. And I said, what's he, 200 years old?
Well, so is Peters.
But that was he thought he was lining up against Big V. He's going to line up on the other side against Peters. But they'll move him around, I'm sure.
They're definitely going to set up against V as much as possible.
Well, and the smart thing would be keep Selleck on the field for as much as you possibly can, and you just have Selleck read the defense, and you just have him line up directly across from Peppers wherever he goes. I mean, unless they're going to move Peppers to the middle, in which case you're taking his biggest asset, which is his outside rush, away from him.
Yeah.
But if he lines up over Peters, you put Selleck on a wing over Peters, and if he lines up over Big V, then you put Selleck right on the line next to Big V, and you just double-team Peppers all night.
No,
that doesn't take a rocket scientist.
No, it doesn't. Dion Brown, this is a great question. We are wearing white tomorrow. Is it a violation to wear my only white Eagles jersey of D-Jack? No, it's not.
No,
Dion.
not D-Jack.
Not
No.
D-Jack.
No.
Now, if it was I don't know.
If it was Charles Johnson, yes.
Yeah, Todd Pinkston, James Thrash, violations.
D-Jack is still in the league, and he was an all-pro while he was here. So.
Listen, he's a fan favorite. You can
Yeah.
definitely get away with that jersey. Wear it away. Doug Zeke says he has 911 on speed dial for me. John Skeel, I have a beer for you to calm down. Thanks, Johnny. Sam Nelson, with the Panthers safeties being banged up, this could be another big game for Zach Ertz. And could be a big game for Nelson Aguilar, a slot guy who controls a lot of the middle of the field as well.
It's amazing. Regardless of what sport that you watch, that you coach, that you play, the middle of the field is so key to every sport.
In every sport.
Whether it's baseball, you went up the middle. Basketball with your centers. I mean, hockey with your centers, your DN.
And your goal, yeah.
And then now with being able to pound the ball up the middle, being able to use your tight ends across the middle, opens up the outside, opens up your offense. It's just it's amazing that it's not done more on a more consistent basis, not necessarily from us, just as a whole of a sport.
Yeah, I got a bunch more here on the YouTube. Jay Lash, what's up, fellas? Checking in after work. Have a good old warm feeling in my gut about tomorrow night. Alshon is about to break out. Pretty sure, but he says, pretty sure their birds are wearing black. No, they only wear black at home.
White on white.
It's white on white.
White on rice.
Jacob Loss, Nelson Aguilar, comeback player of the year. Could be. Samir, what do you guys think about Vaitai playing on Thursday? I think we've already covered that. Jordan T.
Well, real quick to that comment. Listen, it's year 2.
Yeah.
Right? It's year 2. So you mean you had the training wheels on last year.
Yeah.
You took some, Ryan Kerrigan ate you up and
But
spit
Ryan
you back
Kerrigan
out.
eats
and he
everybody
eats a
up.
lot of people up. Yeah, of course. So, you know what? I just expect a little bit of growth.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's not Lane Johnson,
Right.
but can he be serviceable enough on one game?
He's still on the
to
team
get
for a
through?
reason.
Yeah.
You drafted him for a reason. He's still here for a reason.
Big boy.
He's got to be able – you're right. He's got to be able to spell a game. It's just a matter of is he there yet?
Jordan TNT 23, going Birds. Alshon with a long touchdown. I like it. Samir rolling the Sixers questions already. Samir, hold off on the Sixers questions. We'll come back to you.
I love it, Samir.
I love it. I love it too. I absolutely love it.
Fox Shirley, this is a good one. I love that we have Schwartz. Hard-nosed attitude. Billy Davis was a pussy. I love it. He was. Billy Davis was a pussy. He was. That's a great comment, Fox.
It cracks
Great
me up,
comment.
though, because Billy Davis's first, 7 games here, he was crowned. He was all kinds of crowned. And then things just went to hell in a handbasket. And, yeah, Billy Davis did become a pussy.
And Deion Brown. Okay, thanks, brothers. Nice. So we gave him confirmation.
There you go.
Zach Boylan said DeMarco Murray would be a violation.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a great one, Zach.
Yes.
Vinny Matson, what's up, fellas?
What up,
Vinny?
StreamSmart.com. Listen, you don't got to pay for NFL Red Zone. One-time fee for StreamSmart. Vinny, drop the link, HUD promo code. Get yourself a little discount. Watch every sporting event free of charge. Justin Del Falco. Torrey Smith is going to have a 100-yard game, question mark?
Nope. But he will
No.
be a factor.
No, but I think he's going to continue to what's the right word? Get more and more comfortable with the offense.
Consistent.
And Alshon as well.
Yeah.
You know, this West Coast offense is tough, and it's tough for wideouts, it's tough for quarterbacks.
Although,
it takes time.
Although that touchdown celebration might have been one of the best.
The greatest.
Might have been one
Duck
of the
Duck
best
Goose
ever.
was pretty good the other night on
Yeah.
Monday Night Football. That was phenomenal as well. But the home run, the swing was
Although
great.
I give it up to I'll give it up to Nelson a little bit too with the
He brought the heater.
the Nestea plunge tribute to D-Jax falling backwards.
That was great.
He broke that guy's ankle.
Didn't
so.
he?
I mean, that was sweet.
Did you see the Packers do the bobsled?
I did. That was. I'll tell you what. That may honestly be one of the best things the NFL did this season was allowing the touchdown celebrations to come back.
Yeah.
As long as they get in, they do it quick, and they get out.
Yeah, it's perfect. Because,
Like-
listen, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
Man. It's entertainment.
Okay, so the Odell thing, raising your,
Am I allowed to have this?
Yeah.
Like, pointing
Yeah.
to the camera? Is this okay?
That's not a problem.
Look at nowadays, I'm just okay. Is that okay?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Nobody has to stand for it. I'm not saying you guys do.
No,
But is it okay?
yeah, I think
Cool.
so.
Okay, good. Just wanted to confirm.
Well, you know, I like you. You like me.
Yeah.
I treat you the way you want to be treated. You treat me the way I want to be treated.
Yeah,
Lesson.
Lesson.
The more
Except
you
when he-
know.
Except when he yells at me, then we're not really.
I can't
Yeah,
yell at you.
but you
man.
yell.
I can't.
But you yell back.
I can't.
But so here we go. Jay Lash, Jim Schwartz, top 3 defensive coordinator, maybe higher once all of our corners are in the lineup. Samir, what about a Sam Bradford white jersey? No.
That was not going to work. Lorraine Nelson, King Dunlap would be a violation.
Yeah, I mean,
The king.
If you have one.
Who has a Well, I mean, maybe a Bradford, but a King. That's a good throwback though.
Mikey G saying, why is everybody discounting a 4-1 Carolina team? This game will be tougher than people think. I just discount Cam Newton because I've seen our history against Cam Newton. We go get him. So I don't think anything changes there.
Well, you got two
may-
guys sitting on this
may
couch
have-
that actually picked
Yeah,
Carolina.
he may have missed
so-
the early show when
Yeah.
Mike and I both picked the Panthers to win.
Yeah, begrudgingly,
Yeah.
but we did.
So we agree. It's going to be a tough game.
Todd Womack, I'll send you a Vic jersey. That's questionable.
No, I think Vic's okay.
Vic's good.
Vic's good.
In my mind, he is.
Yeah, in my mind he is.
It's got to be the white jersey, though. If they're wearing white, it's got to be a white Vic jersey.
Yeah. Mikey G, where's Jeremy the sports guru? In quotes. He has no voice.
Apparently, he's sick.
Might have been the best thing for him.
He's got no voice.
What up, Jeremy?
He was getting soup at a
Jeremy, how's Embiid look tonight?
someplace in Hamilton.
Jeremy's listening, too. So
I know he is.
I know. Doug Zeke,
It's your
Momoa, and Fred
favorite
X.
apostrophe.
How about a white Knicks full with Sam Nelson? Yeah, he's on the team, so
Yeah.
you can get away with that one.
Absolutely.
Well, I like the Fred X Zeker.
Fred X.
Fred
Fred X
X.
white's okay.
Yeah.
And Momoa, no.
I was there for 4th to 26. That was
As was I. Hey, Jay Lash actually comes back with a good one. Anyone else sniffing either a Rasul Douglas pick 6 or a huge hit on Kelvin Benjamin that ultimately takes him out of the game?
Rasul's played really well,
Rasul's
too.
played
He's
well.
He's been scrappy. He absolutely has been.
David Roska, Cam Newton sucks. Just remember Super Bowl 50. Samir, Embiid, 22 points and 7 rebounds in 18 minutes.
That's all. That's all.
You think he wants that Supermax to kick in just a little?
Just that extra
Extra
$30
million dollars,
whatever
yeah.
it is.
Goodness.
Alex Ocasio, would a James Thrash jersey be unacceptable? Yes.
Yes, very
Peter,
much so.
Peter Albertson, a really good one. Evening all. What
Evening.
up, Pete? And the beauty of Andy's teams was the ability to plug and play offensive linemen. I think we will be okay. Going to be a dogfight, and if we keep Carson clean, we are good. Bobby Hoying is an extreme violation. That's a great one. That's a
But
great
the
one.
one thing, getting back to that though, Andy, because more than likely he was controlling the draft, was controlling his offensive linemen. You know what I mean? It goes back to the questioning of how he's drafting. Are these offensive linemen, not necessarily the 5 that start, but the secondary guys, are they really up to par as they used to be with Andy? Because you had a Hank Fraley that could play all 3 spots in the middle.
Right.
You had big bruisers when Andy was around that literally could play all 5 spots if we needed them to.
Well, you actually took the words right out of my mouth because what I was going to say was that the one thing about Andy's offensive linemen is that they were all real versatile. And Doug has tried to bring some of that back. I mean, you see, a guy like Wisniewski can play the 3 interior spots. Samalo, they're projecting down the road to be center. Had his struggles at guard this year, but he's still an interior guy. The thing that concerns me about Vaitai is he struggled a lot. I mean, a lot at right tackle last year. As crazy as this is going to sound, when he's had to play left tackle this year for a couple minutes here and there for Peters, he's actually looked better at left tackle this year, which is the quarterback's blind side, than he ever did at right tackle last year.
Yeah, it's just a comfortability. It's just year
two.
It's
just an odd situation.
Schemes, knowing your assignments, all that year two. Like we said, the West Coast offense is tough for everybody, especially year one. Year two, everything starts to slow down for you, and as a player too, and a young player, Mikey G doesn't get it, right? He's saying Cam sucks, but the Panthers put up 27 points last week against a good Lions team. Exactly what I mean. A good Lions defense? No. You want to say a good Lions offense? Yes. But if we're going to sit here and crown that Lions defense, no, that ain't happening on my watch.
They're improved.
They're improved.
Good.
Come on. What defense is better? Let's be real about it. Okay, I understand that Cam looked good last week, but you're going to sit there and say week in, week out, Cam Newton is consistent? No, he's not. Not week in, week out. He's not consistent. He'll look like a world beater one week, come back the next week and lay an egg and throw
that's
3
what happened
picks.
against New Orleans.
Yeah, and if Cam was that consistent, we wouldn't have prefaced at the beginning of the show by saying he's starting to get hot. You wouldn't recognize he was starting to get hot if he played with any kind of consistency at all.
And then what he's saying, he's like, I'm not a Panthers fan at all, but I just respect a good team. And they are a good team.
They are a good team.
And
we
be
respect
objective
them.
at all, folks. You guys are killing it again. And I'm being objective. I don't sit here and say I think the Eagles dominate teams. I don't sit here and say that. My score prediction has been pretty close, for the most part. I haven't predicted a 14-point win. I'm going 20, what did I say, 20, 27, 14? Is that what I said earlier on the show?
24,
14,
14,
24, 27, 27, 14.
Yeah, I just think we do well. Listen, just trends to me. We always get after Cam really well. So I think that continues that week. It's not being disrespectful to Cam. I don't love Cam Newton. Right? Some guys like him. I don't. I liked him in college, but all the extra bother me. Not what he said is what he said. I'm talking about just the way when things didn't go well. Leaders don't woe is me. Right? Leaders don't do that. The greats in this league and the greats in any league aren't woe is me guys. They're not. They're okay. Let's get back to it. Let's continue to have fun. Like they were having, but that's what bothered a lot of people around the country was, hold on a sec. You lose a couple games, and now the dancing stops, and all that stops. Okay, so the second you start losing, your swagger goes away.
Yeah,
nah, that's not what greats do, man. Greats keep their swagger, and that's my issue with Cam Newton. Glenn Lorelli, Panthers 27, Eagles 24. You're right in these guys' ballparks right here. Bob Hartman, Doug's play calling has been on point all year for the most part. Agreed, Bobby. We're always on the same page. Justin Del Falco, Doug's play calling getting better, game in, game out. Agreed. Yeah. Definitely agree. And Mike says he still loves us.
Okay.
Yeah, we love you too, Mike.
Yeah, we absolutely love
mutual, brother.
Jay Lash, I hope they've been game planning against that RPO, run pass option, that RPO Panthers run with McCaffrey on the left, Stewart on the right. McCaffrey going against a big boy defense this week. One big hit, he's going to shrivel up like in a snowstorm.
Yeah,
I think we match up well with him.
We'll see.
Having Kendricks, having faster linebackers like Hicks and Kendricks. I think we match up better.
They've said that with McCaffrey his whole career, and he's still here.
Yeah. Well, and then
I know he's a rookie, but he's not. He's played football.
Yeah. Todd Womack coming back to the Vaitai point did real well against the Cardinals last week when a lot of people didn't even know he was in. And then reminder, talking about Cam, the Patriots don't have a defense. So, yeah.
But neither did Saints. Yeah. And the Saints came into Carolina and rolled them.
Yeah.
Because Cam Newton
is inconsistent.
Well, absolutely.
And the Panthers, like any other team, are going to that have their franchise guys, their quarterback, are going to go as their quarterback goes. And that's just the way this league works. And I know people might not like that, but that's how it goes. Like the Patriots go as Brady goes. All the good ones. When the Saints were a good football team, they went as Breeze went. And you look around the league, and that's the way it goes for the most part. Now, you have some teams that are two sides of the football really strong. And I think this football team, talking about the Eagles, on both sides of the football are really strong. I think the Carolina Panthers essentially are strong on both sides of the football. But I agree with a point here when Michael DeAndre says, I just don't see Carolina as a 5-1 team. And I agree. Not that I see the Eagles essentially as a 5-1 team, But if I'm looking on paper and I'm looking what my eyes have shown me through the first 5 weeks of the season, the Eagles are a more complete football team than the Carolina Panthers. And when you talk about McCaffrey out of the backfield, I think we really match up well with him having two fast linebackers in Kendricks and Hicks who can cover them small guys out of back. He's a problem for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I think we have the linebackers to be able to keep up with him a little bit better.
That's what, getting back to J-Ball's point earlier, in the matchups, that's going to be an interesting matchup.
All right. Todd Womack, Cam struggled against the Bills. What do you think he's going to do when he sees us? Completely agree. I've said it. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game. David Roska chimes back in, going back to his Rams. Do you think Rams will? Do you think my Rams have a chance to be 4-2? No. And the reason
who they got this week?
reason for that is that they're not going to travel across the country from West Coast to East Coast, even with a 4:05 game in Jacksonville against that defense on the road. It's not going to happen.
Hey, man, that's the best.
Jacksonville's defense is for real.
You want to know who the best secondary in football is? You want to know who the best corner in football is? Pro Football Focus? All right, you want to rewrite that publication? Because that's Jalen goddamn Ramsey. And until you watch that kid play, that is the best corner in football, and it ain't even you can throw other names out at me.
Think of this year,
He's the best corner in football this second.
Think of
right
this year,
second.
though. We're talking about the Rams going to Jacksonville, and it's almost a much-watched game.
Oh, there's no question about it.
You know what I mean?
No,
it will be. You have to pay attention to a Rams-Jaguars game right now.
No, you do.
Well, both of those teams are very good.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I will say, and I know ifs and buts are candy and nuts. If Jacksonville had a quarterback.
I like candy.
Yeah, so do I.
Right, well.
If Jacksonville had a quarterback and either Allen Robinson or Dede Westbrook was healthy.
I didn't say fat. I said facts. sorry. Okay.
That's all right.
I'm not feeling great. Some things don't come out well.
I just keep rolling with the punches. That's what I do. I'm a professional.
I told you guys I can't laugh tonight. Go ahead.
No, but in all seriousness, with that defense and that secondary, and you're damn right about Jalen Ramsey. He's ridiculous.
Best corner in football.
Yeah, no question about it. If they had a quarterback and either Allen Robinson or Dede Westbrook was healthy, there'd be a 5-0 football team right now. There's not a doubt in my mind they would be a 5-0 football team.
Oh, I completely agree.
Because their defense is just that nasty.
And even without the quarterback, if just Allen Robinson or Westbrook was healthy, because Bortles is actually not playing terrible.
No, he's not horrible.
So
he's still Blake Bortles.
It did kill him when both guys got banged up.
He's
that
playing
doesn't help.
Trent Dilfer role very well.
And guess what? Don't turn the football over. Hand the ball to Leonard Fournette. Guys waving guys on. Come get me. Come get me. Daniel Bakley says Aboye, Tom. So he thinks I don't think Aboye is better than Jalen Ramsey. He's really good.
He's real good.
I
wanted him signed here.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Now, did he fit our scheme as much as he fits theirs? No. I think he fits over what Jacksonville does better in Jacksonville. But their secondary is the best in football right now.
Sure.
And in my opinion, again, Pro Football Focus, redo it. Jalen Ramsey's the best corner in football, not Patrick Robinson.
But look what
God.
Jacksonville did with that pick. He was hurt.
Oh, yeah.
He blew his ACL a la Sidney Jones.
Right.
And they took a chance on a guy. And it sure isn't hell paying off, then I don't know.
Well, what did I say? I don't know if
you
weren't
saying
around.
There's a chance.
You weren't around for this. Rob was. I know Mike was. But that was my best player in that whole draft.
Yeah.
Better than any of the quarterbacks.
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
He was on the Jalen Ramsey train like you would not believe.
When we went up to two, right, he was in the same draft. Yeah. He was in the Wentz draft. When we went up to 2, I said, was he? No.
You wanted
he was in that draft, right? Yeah.
You wanted either Ramsey or Tunsil.
I wanted Ramsey or Tunsil. I said, we're going to go up. Best player in this draft is Jalen Ramsey.
Yep.
Now, you don't trade up to go get Jalen Ramsey. You trade up to go get your quarterback. I get that, and I'm really good with that.
I think you're okay.
I'm really good with that. I just love Jalen Ramsey, and he might love me too. But that's a story for a different day.
Beastly Bengali. Eagles can win this thing on third down efficiency alone. Interesting point. Todd Womack, Ramsey is balling. And there's not even a question about
too,
that.
Mike. Swag, and that translates for that kid,
Don't they also have Miles Jack, too?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's another guy.
They're loaded,
who was injured, and they took chances, and look at it paying off now.
Oh, my God. Addition to Calais Campbell. You just go through their whole defense. I'm like, they have him, too? Paul Puzzle-Nozny, another real good football player.
Like beast in the middle.
Real good football player.
Steady.
Right, and I think a lot of teams don't take into account, especially the ones that come from west to east, that you got to – everybody's like, you're going to go play a game in Florida in October. The weather's going to be beautiful. You're going to Jacksonville. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid, which they're not used to. And you got a defense that's going to punch you in the mouth over and over and over again.
Yeah, last week wasn't a fluke. The week before that wasn't a fluke.
And I'll tell you what. If Jacksonville starts laying their thing down at home, pretty soon this whole Jacksonville going to Europe twice a year thing is going to go bye-bye. Because their ownership is just going to be like, no, we're not giving up 2 home games every year because we're going to start selling out because our defense is that damn good.
Yeah.
Couple one, Theon Brown. Jake Elliott will be the key as well. Let's not forget him, fellas. No, I mean, you got to make your kicks. No question about it. You can't be missing field goals on the road. That's just facts. Justin Del Falco. Manning to Jacksonville. That just doesn't happen in the NFL. Why would they do that? To me, they don't need to do that. You're not going to go learn a new offense halfway through a season. It's just not realistic for any quarterback to switch teams. Now, you want to talk to me after the year, and that's the way Jacksonville wants to go, I can say it. But this year, right now, that's not happening.
It would make a little bit more sense if they had their wide receiver still. Because Manning's the type of guy, he's very smart. Let me just kind of like what he does in New York. Let me throw it to Odell. Let me throw it to A-Rob, and we're good to go. But, I'm with you. Mid-season –
this doesn't happen in this league.
I mean, unless the Giants are just trying to do him a favor and just say, hey, if we got to rebuild our whole wide receiver core, let's just start with a new quarterback just so you don't get murdered.
That thing is unbelievable there. I mean, how do you lose Odell, Brandon Marshall, and Dwayne Harris for the season on the same day and Sterling Shepard for 2 to 3 weeks possibly?
Boats are slippery, man. You know what I mean? The deck of the boats get slippery. Guys start slipping.
Yeah, I wonder.
How do they get on and off the boat without a problem, but yet they go on the field and they break their ankles?
Yeah, they can't stay up straight.
I wonder how many calls Chad Johnson and Terrell Owens got this week.
Oh, dude, they were blowing them up on Twitter like, we're available. I love them, too. This is a good one.
They need a reality show.
They do.
Together.
Brian Wilson. Tom might have blown Ramsey. Ramsey definitely loved it. So did I. Everybody's a big fan of a mouthful. Zach Boylan. Ramsey is so confident. He knows he's better than any receiver he faces, and he can still play any position in the secondary. That's true, too. He can go play safety for you. He can go play in the slot for you. He can play anywhere.
Todd Womack. If Jacksonville got a quarterback, they'd be running the AFC. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And J-Lash, back to the Eagles. Need to show mixed coverages, keep Cam contained, get in his head, keep him from dabbing, and eat that shit. Get that shit-eating grin off of his face.
Amen.
He will slowly dissolve, and the Eagles can start chipping away.
And I think that's most of the people's sentiments on here too. Is you get after him, you put it to him, and you know the guy's going to shrivel.
Here we go.
Got a small sack. I mean, it's just facts.
Going back
ask
to
around, ask the girl. He can call it out. That's why he called her out.
Yeah,
because she put a little tweet out that he was a little short downstairs.
Going back to T.O. and Chad, I missed this one, and I went back to it and I used it for an article where they do this little remix version of Get Your Popcorn Ready, and they're all rapping and remix. After the show, go out and look on YouTube and check it out. You will get a laugh out of it.
Yeah, don't you go now.
Yeah.
The Giants are going to get their popcorn ready.
Thanks, Rob. You don't tell them to go down.
Thanks, Rob.
Alex Ocasio.
That's what I said. Him watch the end of the show.
They
and
did.
They go,
Yeah, they did. Alex Ocasio. They used to have a Tiocho show. I guess that was when they were in Cincinnati together. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Dion, and that ties into the video. Nice. Dion Brown. Does Schwartz blitz crazy this game just to rattle Cam, or should they? No, you contain him, keep him in the pocket.
Because when you blitz them, you open up lanes.
If Fletcher's back, they get enough pressure with their front four that they don't have to blitz.
And the thing
that's what his defense is predicated on.
No, it is. It is. Back to the guy who said Jacksonville would be the beast in the AFC.
If they had a quarterback.
Who said that again?
Todd Womack.
Todd, I love you. They listen. They'll be up there, but Kansas City's a damn good football team.
Yeah.
And I don't care who Jacksonville had a quarterback right now. That team's legit, and that's the most.
But you know what? I'd pay to see that game.
No, me too. But that's a legit
I don't know
football
if I'd
team.
pay to see any game, but yes, I'd watch it.
That's a legit football team. Brian Wilson, I don't know about the best team in the AFC. KC's pretty fucking good too, as well.
Yeah.
J-Lash, this is actually good. I wish Howie could send a car to Josh Gordon's rehab facility.
Let's go.
Bring him down. Jeffrey, Smith, Aguilar, Josh Gordon, Ertz, # Stiffy.
I love it. Yeah, real stiff.
Yeah.
Boom, just smack the camera. What that kid said the other day, in the little pieces I saw of it, and just the way he talked about how Roger Goodell became a friend of his, and how he's learned so much from him. And from a guy who essentially suspended you from the league, for you to be able to take a step back right? That shows growth to me.
Oh, no
when
question.
You can talk about that he's helped you get to this point, and there's no – you're not upset with him because you know it's not his fault. You realize, hey, this is my doing.
Right.
And I think right there, just that 2 or 3 minutes worth of what I heard of him, he should be reinstated today. Now, he didn't file yet. He could have filed in September. He did not. He'll wait, get through the rehab process, and then he'll file, which is a smart way of going about it. But he's shown a lot of growth, and he'll be back in this league.
There's another former Cleveland Brown that could take a lesson from that whole situation too. One Mr. Johnny Football.
Oh yeah, well, he's a mess.
Yeah, but I think getting back to that point, I think what
he never got it.
What Roger and the NFL look for in these situations is true remorse.
Yeah,
is that true next step? Are you truly sorry for whatever you did, and are you literally actually working to get better?
Yeah, are you rehabilitated?
Right.
I mean, and I know this is, half the people will love me, half the people will hate me for saying this. We've talked about the Michael Vick situation ad nauseum, and this is not about, I'm going to burn my Eagles jerseys because they signed Michael Vick, because that was however many years ago now. But pointing to that situation, what did the NFL look for? They looked for rehabilitation. He did his time. He did his community service. He continued to do community service. He got reinstated. We've seen it with other guys, and now I think we're about to see it with Josh Gordon, where if he can prove he's rehabilitated, then I think he's actually got a fighting chance to get back into the league.
He didn't smack women. He didn't run a dogfighting ring or at least supply the money for it. Okay, the guy had issues with alcohol, marijuana. I mean, listen, both you can't do the marijuana game when you're in the NFL. Okay, we get it. I think that the NFL needs to pass this. That's a story for another day. Right. But it's not like the guy didn't do anything egregious.
Right.
He just couldn't follow. He just couldn't toe the line.
He just couldn't.
And he talked about his Baylor coach always. And the other part was that his Baylor coach teaching him how to get around piss tests and urine tests, and so I mean he always got away with these little incidents going through college, and thought he could do the same thing in the NFL because his talent would overcome it, and it's just not the way the NFL
Robbie,
works.
I may need an assist here. Why am I blanking on the name of the guy from Jacksonville who's got the same shit going on that he just?
Justin Blackman.
Thank you. All right, Justin Blackman.
Who's a moose knock.
It's another one. I mean, could you imagine if Justin Blackman could keep his head out of his ass? Justin Blackman lining up at wide receiver for Jacksonville right now.
Oh, yeah. And that guy just became a piece of shit, which is sad.
Yeah.
Because he had all the talent in the world, all the talent coming out of college. To me, the guy was unstoppable, and I thought it was a great pick at the time. And, again, you don't know what's up here and what's going to best ability is availability, and when he's never on the field. And Vinny Madison, Blackman from Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Mikey G, I was wrong, guys, with last week. The Cardinals are so bad, Patrick Peterson can't do it at all.
Well, we're also. I mean, if we're going to touch on last week, the field position battle just put him in the hole right out the jump. You know what I mean? Like those 2 punt returns, like
it didn't help.
It didn't help that you blink of an eye, you're down 21-0.
Right.
Game's over.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jeremy saying, "What's up? What up, Jeremy?"
What
and
up?
He said he smoked weed. It's nothing. Let him play. Well, I know it's nothing. I get it's nothing, but that's just the way the NFL is, and that's the rules, and you got to go by it. It is what it is. Mikey G, Justin Blackman.
Yep.
Sean Spielman, my Giants suck. My son can't predict a win. Eli has been playing good football. Defense has been doing enough to win games. Giants can't run the ball, and that is true.
That's the crux of it all.
And the drama Bob Hartman, the drama taking place today, they are crumbling, Sean. Brian Wilson went for a very tough game tomorrow, boys. Short week to prepare. Probably the toughest QB to prepare for in the league. Got to keep him in the pocket. Got to cover Benjamin. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I say we win 35-31. We could easily lose this game. If we pull this out with what's upcoming at home, we are right there as the best team in this conference. Yeah. Agreed. Completely agree. And I can see it being a high-scoring game. I can see it being a low-scoring game. I mean, you just don't know what you're going to get out of these two.
I agree with everything he said. I just see it going completely the other way in terms of scoring. Like, I just feel like with the short week, I think short week always benefits the defense. But, like I said, I don't disagree with anything you said at all. Hey, this whole thing could flip and be a 38-35 game. I mean, who knows?
This is the argument that I despise, right? There's arguments I flat out freaking despise. And Mikey G, I love you to death. Do not come on this thing talking about who the Eagles have beaten and their win-loss record. I hate that. This is the NFL, man. Okay? Take 4 losses, okay? Because we beat them 4 teams. So you got to take that into consideration, right? We beat 4 teams. So 4 of their losses come from us, right? Did anybody ever factor that into it? Like, okay,
yeah.
So what's Washington, 2-2?
Yeah.
Well, okay, they could be 3-1 if we didn't beat their ass, right? Right. So, I mean, I don't buy into that at this level, right? You got to win what's on your schedule. So, do the Patriots get a knock because the Bucs miss field goals? At the end of the day, they got a dub. That's all that matters. You move on, you see the next week.
Do the Patriots also play in the weakest division in football? Yeah, probably.
But you know what I'm saying, though? Like, you can't go off of, like, who teams have beaten and who they didn't. Okay.
Not at this time of year.
No, you just go off of dub.
You want to pull that out at week 11 or week 12 when you're talking contenders or pretenders, then maybe you could have that discussion. Week 5, 6, 7, no. You play who's on the schedule.
But I don't think anybody's crowning the Eagles. And that's his point. Before you crown them, they beat 4 teams with a combined 4-15 record.
Right. And I get his point because that's kind of what I said.
Yeah, I know you're in the same ballpark.
But
he says I hate Nick Folk again.
But it's when you're going up against a team on a short week and you're trying to find that X factor that does come into play. Is it the pure argument? No, but parts of that do come into play. Again, on a short week type of situation where you are facing a very different type of quarterback than you faced all year so far.
This is actually a really good one here. I want to hit Todd Womack first. I don't think the Browns would let him go without a trade. Agreed. J Lash. Why have players smoking weed or even using CBD when you could have them using legal pharmaceuticals? Makes sense, right? And then he says, but meanwhile, today's game is brought to you by Bud Light. Okay.
And Percocet.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah. And Viagra and any other legal pharmaceutical you want to put out there.
And Mikey G says he thinks Seattle will be the turning point to see who they are.
I think we said that last week.
Yeah.
It's going to be that combo of going out to the Rams and then going out back-to-back, or if they're staying out there, to Seattle.
Oh, J-Lash is actually calling Mikey G out a little bit. Not by name, but he says, at the beginning of the year, the Eagles had one of the toughest rated schedules, and now you're discrediting it? LOL.
Well, it's funny. It's funny. You beat a Giants team who's supposed to be good. You take care of business. A Washington team that is pretty good. Okay? You beat them, right? And you beat a Cardinals team who people thought was going to be good, or at least their defense was good enough, and you carved them up like somebody sat and picked Carson Wentz last week to carve their ass up, and that's what happened. Because guess what? Sometimes you do this, Mike. You tip it because the quarterback's that damn good, and the offense is that damn dangerous that, guess what? We're just a good football team. I don't think anybody's crowning them. Nobody's talking Super Bowl. This is a really good football team in Philadelphia. This is not the same team last year. This is a totally revamped offense, a better offense, a quarterback in year 2. You just can't discredit wins in this league. You can't have it both ways.
I want to correct something you said, but not. It's not a shot at you. You said nobody's talking Super Bowl. Nobody on this couch is talking Super Bowl, but their Vegas odds. They're now up to the 4th highest probable Super Bowl winner. Not to make the Super Bowl. 4th highest Super Bowl winning odds. So how many times have we said it here? When Vegas tells you something, listen to them.
Listen to them. 10-1. That's the odds. 10-1. That's the odds. Peter Albertson. Would anybody have predicted that we'd be 4-1 before the season began?
I actually have them at 4-2 after 6, so I'm there.
I mean, I had 11-5.
No.
I had 11-5, 12-4.
That goes to that whole conversation with, I had him at 7-9, but I also had him now at this point. I either had him 2-3 or 1-4, just because the way you thought the schedule was going to play out. You thought the Giants were going to be better. You thought the Arizona Cardinals were going to be a true Super Bowl contender.
You thought the Redskins would be better.
And the Redskins were better, and it's just the way it played out is they're playing damn good football right now. But, and then our schedule does get tougher as we continue, so we will definitely see.
I love the back and forth in the YouTube chat. So, KXNG, which I can't pronounce that. Do you think the Cowboys will be contenders? J-Lash, fuck no, they've been figured out.
Well, defensively, they sure as hell have. I mean, no question about that. They are a problem defensively.
And TTP Ballin chimes in. Which
what up, TTP?
We love the name. This is football talk, but if Embiid stays healthy, he will be the GOAT.
Yep.
Sixer in and out of the game with him on the floor were unstoppable. Hashtag TTP.
They would have been a 51-win team. That's the differential from last year to 20, whatever they won. They could have won. If he would have been healthy all year, they projected that to be a 51-win team last year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. The guy's a specimen. Listen, I'll say it again. If he plays 70-plus games this year, he's top 3 in MVP voting. Write it down. Got it the journal, diary, write it in. Notes on your iPhone, write it.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Type
That's
it.
great.
Type. You got to type nowadays.
All right,
Nobody
I got
writes.
your boy,
Unless you write books.
your boy Scotty. This is the
Unless
biggest
you're Schefter and your finger
biggest
pointer.
Eagles game since 2014 Thanksgiving at Dallas. Can't wait. I would agree with that.
Yeah, it's a big game.
It's a big game. I don't want to overhype this game, though, in meaning, like, if you lose this game, it doesn't mean this isn't a good football team.
All right.
No.
No, you're absolutely right.
Right? I mean, let's not – just because it's Thursday night and you're playing another 4-1 team and it's going to be a little playoff environment doesn't mean if you lose that this isn't a good football team. I know what's going to happen in this city. Now you're 10 days off, and all it's going to be is the sky's falling if they lose this football game. And that's something I'm not going to be able to deal with at all.
From Cleveland.
Oh, Mike's such a hater. Sorry. He's such a hater. You are a hater. He doesn't like any Philadelphia success, and I can smell it all over you. Oh, Brooklyn blows. That means nothing. Will you stop it? We'll see you next week, Mike, okay? We'll see you next week because this is going to get hot on this couch. Because somebody told you Patrick Peterson wasn't any good anymore, right? Who was that guy? Start following along, Daddy. Sorry. I don't like to hate. I don't like to hate it. You can't hate on JoJo.
From Cleveland, Indians chase Yankee CC Sabathia after 4 1/3, and we've got a new game.
I told you.
Let's
go, Tribe.
Let's go Wahoos.
Let's go, Tribe.
I was just going to suggest that we take a break, but we're down a man for a minute, so forge on, please.
And Jason, J-Balls, it's preseason too, but no need to be negative Nancy, Mike. No, he'd be negative Nancy, Mike. And he says, that's not true, Tom. Well, what? I said a lot of things. I don't know what's not true. But Patrick Peterson can't play? Or he's not as good as he was? To me, he's not that prototypical shutdown corner anymore.
Yes, but again, that game was out of hand very early. So it didn't matter what Patrick Peterson did.
I understand
You know
that.
what I mean? I'm not saying
I was talking about the
I'm not
secondary.
saying your assessment
What did I say
was
about
wrong.
the secondary last week?
That
I thought that we
forced.
carved them up?
And you did, and they
That's
did.
all. This isn't the same Eagles teams that had no wideouts that can't get off bump and run. This is 2 veteran receivers on the outside that can get off bump and run coverage, and the big moves, Alshon definitely can.
Yeah.
This is flowing now. Stack the box. That O-line is not the same. Make Dakota, I love it, use his arm and go from there. I'm assuming taking a shot at the Cowboys. I'm not sure why, but look out for the Eagles, like seriously. And Darby should be coming back next week. We'll see. When we beat Carolina, we'll get respect. Right now, no respect. R.I.P. Rodney Dangerfield.
Why no respect? Why do we have to beat Carolina to get freaking respect? What does that mean?
I think it's some of the people in this.
Is he talking about like as a whole, like the national viewpoint or his own?
Yeah, no, the national viewpoint.
I get that, but guess what? You know what I have to say to national media? I don't give a shit about your respect. Because Skip Bayless is a goddamn jackass. He's going on air saying that Carson Wentz looks like a deer in headlights. Dude, get a clue. Get a fucking clue, and you should get fired immediately for that statement. Because that means you never watch him. You're going to say he looks like deer in headlights, dude? I mean, hate. I know I said some things about Dak, but I can tell you from what I've seen of him, he's getting better.
Shannon Sharp shot that down.
But I can admit to that.
Yeah.
But you understand what I'm saying? I can admit that I'm seeing progress from Dak Prescott. That was my issue with him, right?
Yeah.
I see some. I still see some issues, but I see progress. I can admit to it because I'm a goddamn realist. That guy's a freaking problem.
Yeah.
Fire him immediately.
This game could have serious implications toward playoff seedings. Agreed. TTP ballin'. It's a big game, but if we lose, we're still 4-2 after 6 games, first in the division. I'll take that any year. And Todd Womack comes back. Amen.
No, you're right. I would who wouldn't take 4-2 after 6? Everybody would.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want to go to lose this football game, but look at some Panthers injuries, right? Ryan Khalil, center, out. Demetrius Cox, safety, out. Kirk Coleman, safety, out. And obviously Greg
hurts us.
And no Greg Olsen, IR.
Kirk Coleman actually being out hurts us.
Yeah, Mike Dick is an idiot. I did hear Mikey G what he said. He's not the he's getting a little old.
Dario Saric pours in 26. Joel Embiid drops 22. The Sixers dominate the Nets 133-114. Okay, so the Nets suck. So let's just say if they played a more competitive team, Maybe they only pour in 120 and they win by 6. Just say it.
I don't care.
I don't care who they play.
It's
the same argument we just had here. You play who's on the schedule.
Right on, Michael. Listen, if he plays 70-plus games, I'll go a little – okay, I won't go top 3. Top 5 in MVP voting. Is that fair? Is that better?
I mean, I don't know why you come off a top 3.
I'm not. I'm just –
But I'm with you.
I don't want to be called a homer, Greg. I don't want to be labeled like that or an intention grabber, as like some people in the media business like to claim that I'm going to go on a 5,000 follow page for attention. Them guys can go fuck themselves too. While I'm at it too. And one guy looks like he's driving around in a white minivan around schools and shouldn't be allowed 500 feet from a school zone, but somehow on YouTube he's an Eagle sensation, Adrian Fedko. Clueless. Where'd I go? Tony Cattell. Oh, I'm on my grind. I'm booking media gigs with a coffee and a laptop. Grow up, Peter Pan. Nobody cares. You had 2 likes on it. Congratulations. Where'd I go on?
Wait, hold on. You got 2 likes on it. One of them was mine.
Sorry. Stop liking the shit. We offered you to come on here. You could have booked that gig and got the miles from here. You didn't want to. Sean Briggs,
I was trying to
another
make you feel
clueless
good.
son of a bitch. Bacone blows him. Do I need to go on and on and on about these frauds over there that can't take a little heat and block people? That's all I had for that. Move on. Sam Nelson, does that
breathe?
Can't breathe. Sam Nelson, does anybody even watch Skip Bayless anymore? No. I just like Shannon. I like Shannon.
Yeah.
I think Shannon's funny. So, Mikey G.
Some of us have jobs. We can't watch TV during the day.
Mikey G. Listen, I'm on.
True story.
Yeah, I'm not going to even. Mikey G, I'm not going to read that on air. What he said, people can read it in the chat. I'm not even talking any of that stuff anymore on air. But, yeah, what Dick has said, you can't say that. You cannot say that. So, I completely agree. Bob Hartman, 4 out of the first 6 on the road. Giant skins, trip to KC, trip to the left coast, and a short week game versus Carolina. I'll take 4-2 all day. Completely agree, Bobby. I love Bobby, man. Bobby's a smart football guy, ain't he?
He is.
He disagrees with everything you say.
No.
So you think he's smart?
No, he's a genius.
No, Bobby is smart.
Bobby's a genius. You come sit right here any day.
Bobby has.
And
Bobby
I said
has,
over there, not
Bobby
there.
has some good points from time
I didn't
to time.
say there. I said over there.
Except for
so
when he
know.
disagrees with me, which is all the time.
No, Mike. Mike. It ain't your. It's not your bad. That's what Dick has said. I want people to read it. I'm just avoiding this conversation altogether anymore. I just want to be all sports here. Sports are entertainment. We're going to entertain the people. It's sports, and more sports. Let the NFL and all the other leagues handle all the rest. They'll handle it. We're not just going to stay away.
All right. So, Jay Lash, anyone notice that that Ben McAdoo has the exact same evolution as Gordon Bombay in the Mighty Ducks 1 and 2? Go look at the pictures of him from last year and this year.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, who's a comment?
Jay Lash.
Jay Lash.
Great.
That's
Bravo.
That is awesome.
Bravo.
Did you guys
By
see
the way,
the guy on Facebook who does the Giants post-game thing? Like he acts like he's a coach. Joe D. He's like a comedian. What's his name? I'll
It's
find
Di Benedetto or something like that.
Di Benedetto. Do you guys ever watch any of
God.
his stuff? Oh my God, they're hysterical, dude. He acts like he's a coach. You know what I mean? He comes in like he does the post game interview.
Yeah.
And he's talking about his wife's 11-0 betting, and it's just hysterical. He's just a funny guy. I know Spielman has.
NFL Network though did a 20th anniversary of the Mighty Ducks. They showed it on the network the other day.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
KXNG again. Everybody thinks we're not serious because of last year. We are. By the way, Skip is a Cowboys homer. TTP ballin'. Why is Skip Bayless making money? Your boy Scotty. How much better is Alshon Jeffrey than Kelvin Benjamin? We'll see Thursday night.
Yeah, because Kelvin's not anything to sniff on.
No. Coop 11. Feels like Schwartz is dialing back on blitzes as the season goes on. Completely accurate. We talked about that. Their scheme is predicated on the front four getting pressure, and they'll continue to blitz less and less as the season goes on, especially if Darby comes back healthy. Your boy Scotty again. If we lose, they'll be jumping off the Walt Whitman. Love it or hate it, that's just Philly.
It is, and I love it. And I love it. As much as I hate it, I love it. Lorraine Nelson, Vic.
Hey, Lorraine.
Vic Di Potato.
Vic Di Potato.
And
right,
Sean Spielman says, he's so funny. He says, I spit I need wipers for my screen when he's done. I love Vic rants. They're hysterical, dude. I had my dad listening to it today, and my dad was crying, laughing at it, because that's how funny this guy is. He's good. He's a special guy. Wait, even better, a Bucks fan running his mouth. Talk about underachieving, Sean Spielman. Mikey J and Sean Spielman. Here we go. Because he thought he was an Eagles fan, so this is why I hate Eagles fans.
Wait,
they're all negative, and then when they win division, they're all going to be crowning him. And I'm like, no, he's a Bucks fan.
Can I make a request of Sean real quick? Go on YouTube, find the Sports Box, subscribe to their channel, and feel free to take as many shots as Mikey G as you would like. Because I will pay to see this. Brian Attard is the whole New York fan, so him and Sean should get along just fine. But I want to see Mikey G and Sean go at it. That'd be phenomenal.
Mikey Quink, answer to the question, Panthers. Well, you better worry about Big Ben, Mikey. Okay? You got bigger things to worry about.
Interceptions.
Bathroom stalls. Mikey G, okay, they're just going to keep going back and forth.
Of course they are.
I hate Nick Folk. Justin Delfalco, no, 4-2. We're going to be 5-1. Hey, I agree, man. I think we're going to be 5-1 too. What else you got over there before we take a break? And the guy can blow his freaking nose out. It's terrible.
TTP Baldwin talking about Vic. He's hilarious. And KXNG, how do you guys feel about Eagles being number 2 on the power rankings? I think it's well-deserved.
2?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, power rankings change from week to week.
They do.
It's the more convincingly you win the game,
what are the top 5? I haven't seen them. What's the top 5? So obviously Chiefs.
It's Chiefs, Eagles, Packers. I think Seattle was still in there, and New England.
I mean, I'd probably have the Packers above them.
Yeah.
I just think. I mean, not again. It's the NFL. You win. But I think the Packers have beaten the better teams. So when you match up records, I think they're in week 5. They're a tick ahead.
Yeah, and that's the fault with power rankings is that they don't necessarily look at the quality of the opponent. They look at how many points you scored,
right?
How badly you beat your opponent, and things move so much from week to week. Like I dig the power rankings, but I'm not a huge believer.
Yeah, I would say 3 or 4. I mean, as long as whoever had number 12 on their team, as long as 12 is playing for the Pack and they're winning football games, as much as I love Carson, it's hard for me to, I don't believe in their defense one bit. I think we all know that. But it's hard for me to put us over them right now.
Yeah.
Well,
it just is.
TTP says, I don't think we could walk into to Lambeau and win. And I would agree with that. But I would say that if the Packers came here, it'd be a hell of a game.
No, I think we can walk into Lambeau and win because their defense isn't good enough. That's why I think we can walk into Lambeau and win.
I'm with Mike on this one.
No, this is where I'm going to stop you because we're not Dallas's defense. Okay? That's Swiss cheese, Daddy. That's Swiss cheese.
No, I don't disagree with you.
Rodgers is great. That's Swiss cheese. We can go to Lambeau and win. Stop with this Lambeau persona that you can't go there and win anymore.
That game was on the road.
Okay, Mike Vick showed you can go to Lambeau and win, and he had no offense back in the day. He ended that whole thing that you can't go to Lambeau and win games, right? Come on, dude. I'm saying that the Packers should be 2 over us in the power rankings. But what I'm also saying is we match up really well with the Green Bay Packers. Really well.
Well, no one's saying we're going to go into Lambeau and get boat raced.
I just think we'll win. That's all.
That's fine.
I'm going to argue something. I don't know. I'm going to argue something. What else have we got?
This is interesting. Before we go to break, KXNG, I think the Packers are just like the Patriots. They just get luckier and luckier. Both have the best quarterbacks, but their defense stinks. All right. I'll buy into that.
Talk about coaching.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when you get something out of either of those defenses, and you're winning games with those defenses.
Yeah. Jason Grisola, I do not like not having Lane and possibly not having Fletch tomorrow night. Don't like it one bit. Fletch is going to play.
Fletch is
playing. You can lock it in. He is playing. But I agree with you on Lane, Jason.
Yes, definitely, Jason.
Deion Brown. If you think about it, we could easily be 5-0 real rap. Then what would the haters say? They'd be go, shh. They'd all crawl away. It would all go crawl and hide. Deion. Justin Delfalco. We only going to get better on D with Cox coming back soon. Darby, and obviously Sidney with the Achilles. But I do not play Sidney Jones this year.
Nope, red shirt.
And then Mikey G saying the same thing. He shouldn't play at all. So we all agree right there. Zach Boone, Aaron Rodgers, best thrower of the football ever. I actually agree with that.
No, I don't.
I do.
TTP says nobody's scared of the Packers defense.
Dan
Just scared of Aaron Rodgers.
Could Dan Marino move around through the football like that?
He said thrower of the football.
Okay, so throw the football means from all angles, from all different arm slots, from moving around in the pocket. Throw the football goes all around the circle, Greg. It ain't just sitting at home in the pocket.
He didn't say passer. He said thrower of the football.
All right.
What the hell is that? What's the difference?
I don't know.
Throwing the football. He's the best thrower of the football he's ever seen.
Okay.
I'm sure he means passer too.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I understand that. You want it. Okay, Elway would sling it. I get it, dude. This guy makes throws that no quarterback that I've seen can make.
Okay.
He does.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
I'm just
not going to throw him as the greatest right now. Is he in the conversation? Yes. But you're discounting some of the greats of all time.
I don't think you're discounting him.
I think you are by saying
he's not saying. I think what he's trying. I don't know exactly what he's trying to say. I'm trying to read his mind, but just the type of throws he can make.
Tom's got his Kreskin up in here.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he's saying.
Come on, Doctor
Kreskin.
Xavier. read his mind.
Give us some more information on that.
Vinny Masterson, who I think is a ridiculously smart football guy. And we usually agree a lot of things on football.
It's because he's a Westchester guy.
And
I digress.
And he says, just like we talked about the other night, Tom, yes on A-Rod. He's just that dude. He can throw the football.
I'm not saying I don't like him.
Did Marino have that kind of quick release?
Oh yeah,
he had a good one. Yeah, but was it quicker than Rodgers?
They're comparable because that was always Marino's big thing. Was he would just in and out, bang, done.
No, he was quick too.
Boom.
Now, was
balls in, balls out.
Dan was special.
Joe Montana's pretty good.
No, I get Montana. I get it, Montana, dude. Montana can't throw the ball like Rodgers throws the ball, though. Let's be real, Greg. He's a winner. And he's a GOAT because he wins, and he won a ton of Super Bowls. Fair enough. Aaron Rodgers overall, right? If I'm building a quarterback and I'm molding one, right? I'm taking everything Rodgers brings to the table. A, B, C, and D. I'm taking, right? Go through these other quarterbacks. Are you taking every skill set?
From Montana, yeah. From Marino, yeah. From Elway, yeah. From Brady, yeah.
My big thing with Marino is that he was a statue in the pocket. The rest of them could move a little bit. Marino was just a statue.
And he was. But this is what Zach Boylan was saying. In the pocket, rolling outside, on the move, left, right, nobody better than Rodgers.
Well, that's also where the game is today. The game back then, the game wasn't there. The game was a pocket game.
Doesn't Zach Boylan also live in Wisconsin?
Yeah, but he's an Eagles fan.
Yeah, but still.
Okay, Vinny Maston lives right here.
Steve Young.
You get
Steve
that
Young did it pretty well.
I get that.
You get that fed to you through osmosis when you live in Wisconsin.
It's through the cheese. Like, you eat cheese, and it's like Rodgers. Vinny Maston.
It's like you open your tap water, and it's literally Rodgers Kool-Aid.
Michael Vick can throw the ball at any angle.
Sorry, Rob Povey on the ones and twos cracking me up over here.
Vinny Maston put all the skills into a bag, and Rodgers checks off the most skills, and I agree. And Deion Brown, nope, I do not play Sydney at all. Daniel Bakey, Rodgers took time behind Favre to work on throwing, which helped him greatly, no question. Jay Bulge, you can't compare today's QBs to the past. Completely different era. Fair enough. Guys, we'll answer all the other questions on the other side. Continue our Eagles talk. Break down some Sixers. JoJo, next Phillies manager. We'll break that down real quick. A lot more names being thrown around. We'll get all that more on the other side. Tom,
Mike,
AM,
in the PA,
A2DRadio.com. And this segment was brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make them yours, Gibson Mayer LLC. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com, as well as a new soap standard. Good bars, man. And when you're sick like me, cleanse yourself. Soaps-LLC.
Or let us cleanse ourselves.
Or yourselves. I might call on you some more. Soaps.com is where you can find them. We'll be right back.
listening to the worldwide leader of Real Talk, A2DRadio.com.
Fellas, you ever come in from that baseball or football game and your woman won't come near you because you stink beyond belief? Then you need Soap Stash. You should never settle for a generic hygiene product that only covers up the stench. Treat your skin with the best nutrients. Feel clean with the only soap you'll need. The highest grade carrier oils are ingrained in all of their products, which are 100% natural and terrific for your skin. No sulfates, parabens, or phthalates, and synthetic fragrance free. Contact Soap Stash for your sample package and give your woman what she deserves. You can contact Soap Stash at 844-890-3197 or visit them on the web at soapstash.com or Facebook at Soapstash LLC. Once again, their number is 844-890-3197. Soap Stash, the new soap standard.
Get your skills in shape, then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by The Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, is brought to you by Gibson Mayer, LLC, Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Mike from Tom and Mike AM in the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer, LLC, Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's www.gibsonmayer.com.
You're listening to Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, on A2DRadio.com.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer, LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
Fellas, you ever come in from that baseball or football game and your woman won't come near you because you stink beyond belief? Then you need Soap Stash. You should never settle for a generic hygiene product that only covers up the stench. Treat your skin with the best nutrients. Feel clean with the only soap you'll need. The highest grade carrier oils are ingrained in all of their products, which are 100% natural and terrific for your skin. No sulfates, parabens, or phthalates, and synthetic fragrance free. Contact Soap Stash for your sample package and give your woman what she deserves. You can contact Soap Stash at 844-890-3197 or visit them on the web at soapstash.com or Facebook at Soapstash LLC. Once again, their number is 844-890-3197. Soap Stash, the new soap standard.
Get your skills in shape, then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located at 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Tom and Mike, AM and the PM, is brought to you by Gibson Mayer, LLC, Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Mike from Tom and Mike AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer, LLC, Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's www.gibsonmayer.com.
Tom Arnone, Big Mikey Smalls, Tom, Mike, AM, in the PM, only on A2DRadio.com. Welcome, Tom.
Mike.
AM.
In the PM.
ATDRadio.com. Every Wednesday night, we are brought to you by our certified public account. Make them yours. Gibson Mayer LLC. Find them on the web. GibsonMayer.com. Tom Renone, Michael Mataraki, Greg Moakovic, Rob Povey on the ones and twos. We start off with our poll question. Well, Thursday night football. Pick the winner. 4-1 Eagles. 4-1 Panthers. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. HED Radio is where you can find us. Mike and Greg took the Panthers. I took the Eagles.
Grudgingly.
Yeah, they weren't happy about it. But, hey, this is why it's a worldwide leader of real talk. Guys have their own opinions, no agendas. So, respect it. Hopefully it's not true. Greg's been known – well, you haven't picked the Eagles a lot, even though you had them at 7-9.
Right.
You have still been picking them a lot. So
because I saw the way that the season is rolled, you know.
He might be up to 9-7 by now.
Oh, no, it was definitely. I didn't actually go back and go through it, but – yeah, I mean, I hope they be able to win 5 more games this year.
yeah, well, if not, then we're having the same conversation.
Then we're back to my original premise.
Not
you know
finishing.
What I mean? Right.
Not finishing. I think that's been a lot of locker room talk from Doug is finish.
Right.
Finish. You heard it after
and so
Sunday's
far
game.
they have.
And Sunday was a show of, hey, you get a lead on a team, put them away. And that was another thing that they talked about in the locker room that Doug talked about as well. Finishing teams, and that's something you can build off of, and that's what good football teams do. And this team is developing into a good football team, and it goes back to Doug saying, back in April, or May, whenever the heck it was, that this team was as talented as his '90s Packers teams, and the reason he said that, because that's coach speak, man, that's confidence. Half the game in sports is the mental side of it. So when you can believe you're that good, and your coach is believing in you guys that are that good. Sometimes it translates, and right now it is. Yeah. So hopefully it continues, and we have a quarterback that's the real deal. So we're going to get into some Sixers talk. We'll answer a couple of these real quick. Welcome back, fellas. Deion Brown.
Thanks,
Felt like I was
Thank
watching
you.
halftime ads. Like, hurry up and get back to the game. I love it. Well, when you go an hour 25 straight, you need a little breather, especially when you can't breathe. Fox Trilly just seen Jamal Adams, safety for the Jets, trolling Jalen Mills' Instagram. It's a pic of Mills in a suit. And Adams commented, "You look sick, and you can't breathe in that tight ass jacket." LOL. A little LSU banter right there. Jamal Adams is a pro.
That's another bad dude.
And that's another safety that I said, that's the best player in this draft. Yeah. That's the best player in this draft. And look at that defense, New York.
Yeah.
Smoke and mirrors offensively, but real good defense still.
No, just
Jets.
mirrors. There's no smoke.
Yeah.
No, there's no smoke. Yeah, but defensively good.
Oh, yeah.
Real good. I mean,
it's something they've always had because they've always had the D line.
Yeah,
until
recently.
Up front, yeah. With Richardson and Wilkinson. But you're right.
But now Leonard Williams is in that spot,
yes.
and that's why you can trade a Sheldon Richardson
Exactly.
because Leonard Williams that you drafted at top 5 to be that moose knocking
and then
the
you got you got that problem in the backside.
Yep.
Dario was 5 from 8 from 3 tonight. Alex Ocasio chiming in. I love Dario.
We
man.
sat here last week and we said that he was going to be the guy. He's the unsung hero. He's the glue.
He really is the glue.
And he can score.
He can do everything. And I don't know if you guys saw Embiid's, pass to Simmons. Simmons was posting up, Embiid found him, and Simmons dunked it. It's just, I like them. Their two chemistry already, man.
Yeah.
Already. And what I love about Ben, he's such a distributor first. That's why them two are going to fit so well together. Ben Simmons isn't a guy who needs touches in terms of shots, right? And which is really good. I mean, that's an asset, a guy who can do everything. That will develop. I believe he'll become a scorer over time.
Unfortunately, in the game before this, they played Boston last night or the night before?
Tuesday night.
Yeah. And unfortunately, they had the Boston broadcast on CSN.
Yeah,
they're not going to pay for them guys.
Yeah, they
do
do that for the
They're
preseason.
already losing enough money.
And as dreadful as it was, it at least brought up an outside thought on the Sixers. And it did look like at times. Now, again, JoJo wasn't playing, and I didn't catch a lot of the game, but they were saying that Simmons, it seemed like he was forcing a little bit, and until he develops a true shot, he may not be as effective as we expect. But then again, that's without JoJo on the floor.
Right.
When JoJo's on the floor, this
team
is a completely different basketball team.
Completely different.
Let me ask you guys a quick question.
What up, Jose? Jose Colon.
Jose! What up, yo?
Jose.
Before we dive into the JoJo contract extension, if I were to say to you guys, as I've watched this team through the preseason, I actually think Markelle Fultz, your number 1 overall draft pick, would be better coming off the bench. Do I get killed for that?
I said it as soon as he was drafted. I got murdered for it.
I mean, just year one, you want to say? Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You murdered me on this seat when I said T.J. McConnell would start over him
but
the week after he drafted.
Greg. The reason I'm murdering you is because the guy was healthy at that point in time, right? So I'm going to crush that. The fact that he's banged up, has a little bit of a shoulder issue, which is his shooting shoulder, okay, and everybody overreacts to the free throw. Dude, the guy's not going to be able to take it back here if the shoulder's hurt. That's why the free throw looked weird. It's not that they taught him how to shoot like that. So people need to freaking relax out there over that. The guy can flat out score in this league, okay? He can drop 20 a night in his sleep. Nobody's changing his shot up. It's because the shoulder's hurting him, so the shot's going to look different. That's just facts. If you want to bring him off the bench as a youngster and acclimate him in that way, I'm okay with it at this point. You know, is it ideal to me? No. I mean, you draft the guy number 1 overall.
Right.
I think he needs to be on the court. But if the health thing is limiting him and practice and training camp, catching up with the scheme and all that stuff, and it's a better way to acclimate him, I'm okay with that.
Well, where I'm going with this is
because I'm sick. I'm not going to argue with
you. Even if he's completely healthy, as I'm seeing this preseason unfold, I'm actually looking at this as, in my mind, it's not necessarily who starts in the NBA, it's who finishes. But I'm looking at a starting 5. If I'm Brett, my starting 5 is I'm going JoJo, Amir Johnson, Covington, Bayless, and Ben. And then my second unit, I'm going Markelle at the point with Redick, Covington, Saric, and Ja.
I don't have a problem with that.
You got scoring with your 1s and your 2s.
Yep. You're deep on both.
It's
really good. Yeah.
I mean, it's like you're taking all of your scoring and you're distributing it between your 1s and 2s. And then at the end of the game, you're going JoJo, Dario,
you go
Cov,
yeah,
Markelle, and Ben.
And even JJ at times.
Yeah, and JJ at times.
You know what I mean?
You could go, offense, defense, Covington, and JJ. Yeah.
JJ, I like that. Yeah, depending on the game, the situation, completely agree. Deion Brown, if Embiid can play 50, 65 games, we're a surefire playoff team, 6th seed or 7th. Who knows, depending on the East, a 5th seed isn't out of the realm of possibility as of right now. I'll even go a step higher than that. If he plays 65, 70, I think this team can be a top 3 team in the East. I just do because, and I'm not saying over Cleveland and Boston. I would say 3.
Be the 3 seed.
Yeah.
I would say 3 is the highest to me. That's a ceiling. I'm more in the 4 or 5 right this second. I believe in the East it can be a 4 or 5 with JoJo on the court because, like we said, if they would have been a 51-win team numbers-wise if he would have played X amount of games.
Right.
I don't know if you've seen that little stat, which is pretty
so
cool.
TTB Ballin says, like I was saying before, the in-and-out game is going to be unstoppable because teams have to collapse on Joe. And his starting 5 is Ben at the 1, Redick at the 2, Rocco at 3, Amir Johnson at 4, and JoJo at 5.
And that's where I think, regardless of where it comes out, I think you have to pair JoJo and Redick together. So if JoJo starts, Redick has to start. You don't pay the guy, first of all, you don't pay him $23 million to be your shooter off the bench. I can go grab, Jamal Crawford to be my shooter off the bench for $10 million.
For $10 million.
For $23 million, JJ is your starter.
Okay, so then you run Bayless with the seconds. That's fine.
And that's fine.
And Danny Baker said you need Redick in your starting lineup, so it's another guy.
But I think to Ballin's point is that inside-out game, you need a dead-eye shooter across from JoJo.
And Rocco, to me, is too hot and cold.
He's streaky.
He's too hot and cold.
No, he becomes your Iguodala. He becomes your defensive specialist who every now and then is going to have a huge offensive game for you, but what you're looking for out of him every night is 10, 8, 5, and a bunch of steals and pass deflections.
Right? Yeah. He's there for a role.
Yeah, he becomes Iguodala on a good team.
And he can't turn into a guy who wants to jack and get his shots. He has to stay within himself and know his role in this basketball
But
game.
I think he does know that, though, just from all the stuff that I've seen on social media and being down at the preseason game and whatever.
He gets it.
He gets it. He does get it.
And if you don't,
why wouldn't you?
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
why wouldn't you?
TTP, right? I mean, really, it goes to everything, right?
I mean,
Trust it.
Yeah.
Trust that you have all this number 1 draft type talent all around you.
But just look
even Dario, looking at him now, you could make an argument that guy could have went top 3 in that draft.
Yeah.
Right. Easy. You can make an argument the guy could have went 1.
Right. Now, and here's the thing.
Sammy.
So Rocco's in a contract year, so you'd think most guys in a contract year are going to want to jack shots and get theirs. But I think he understands enough that if his team goes to the Eastern Conference Finals, he becomes that much more valuable.
Oh, he does.
And then he's going to get his.
But the one thing that has been evident so far in the preseason, and again, it's preseason, but the ball movement, the spacing, the body movement, he's going to fall into 10 points a night without even having to get a shot.
He's good without the ball. He is good without the ball.
Between the movement and Ben being as good as a distributor he is, TJ can pass the ball, and JoJo's going to draw. He's going to be there to pass
the ball.
They all can pass the ball.
Markelle can pass the ball better than people think he can.
Yeah.
And again, can score at will. I mean, you want to compare his game. He's got a lot of D weight in him. Bob Hartman, this is a good one. Does anybody else just laugh at the things Embiid does on the court, the moves he puts on guys, and how smooth he is with everything except landing? It just makes me laugh at how dominant he is when he's out there and healthy.
Well, to that point, what did I do Friday night? I was down there at the preseason game, and I sent a picture to you two like 45 minutes before the game start, and it's a picture of him shooting threes, and all I said was raining.
Raining. He does, dude. It's
because
amazing.
I literally watched him stand at the top of the key and drop 15 threes in a row. Just boom. His
dominance to me, if I want to compare it to somebody in an era, when a guy came into the league, I compare it to Shaquille O'Neal. In terms of dominance, Shaquille O'Neal to me is the most dominant player in NBA history. Okay? Don't go back to Wilt. I'm not putting Wilt in this conversation.
Modern era.
In modern era, Shaquille O'Neal is the most dominant. Not the best, that's MJ. The most dominant is Shaquille O'Neal. Joel Embiid is a trendsetter in terms of dominance now. I mean, it's a guy, like Mike said, rain threes, can go inside, got tons of post moves on you, can distribute the rock, can D any big man four in the league up. I mean, he just does everything. Like I said in that video, Anthony Davis, specimen, right? DeMarcus Cousins, specimen. Karl Anthony Towns, specimen. When this guy's healthy, they can't hold his jockstrap.
Now, see, where I'll take that is, I think Shaq dominated just on pure bulk because you couldn't move him.
Yeah.
For me, when I look at him, I see a cross between Tim Duncan and Hakeem Olajuwon. I see the sort
two terrible guys.
Yeah, two terrible guys.
Terrible.
But where I'm going with this is the range and mobility of Duncan with the post moves and the funky, unique, like with the dream shake and everything like that, just stuff that you haven't seen before or you haven't seen in a long time. And what's the common thread there between Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, and Embiid? They all started playing basketball later. They were all soccer players.
So they had. So what does that translate? Yep,
footwork. Unless you're USA soccer.
Yeah.
I mean, no footwork. We're not going to talk about
it.
This is a good one. We got a couple. Deion Brown. What's Okafor's role? Heavy rotation. How many minutes? I would say 20, 25.
What's
now
his
when
role?
Holmes out,
bitching and moaning to SB Nation.
Well, that too. I mean, he needs to shut his mouth because he put all the work in the off season to look good, start playing good in the preseason. Why act like you're not part of the process, Ja? Why is it woe is me bullshit?
That video you did hit it right on the head.
It's just woe is me.
Yeah, I mean, early in the year, not that he's on a minute restriction, but if you don't have to play JoJo 38, 35 minutes, and he's getting 28 to 30, that's a good run.
Yeah, no,
that's a good run.
And he's going to score for you. He's going to score points. I mean, you know what Ja can do. We got a couple more. Tony Cotillo. It's like Shaq with a jump shot and a 3-point range.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, I'll buy into that one.
Well,
in terms of dominance, I mean, he's that dominant inside.
I was waiting for you to use the word with Hakeem, and it's the inside. It's the finesse of being light on your feet, being as athletic as they both were. Because you're right. Duncan's got the range. Duncan's got the robotic, traditional offensive, and then you're right. The awkwardness but finesse game of Hakeem is you're spot on.
A couple more. Bob Hartman, like the wow factor has worn off, and it's just comical now. And knowing he's on our squad, yes. Because Sam Nelson said, thank God they extended JoJo. I just became a season ticket holder starting this year because of Embiid. Trust the process. Sammy.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. Both Sams.
Thank you,
Sam
Sam.
Nelson, Hanky.
Yeah, good thing we didn't let him walk out the door.
TTP balling.
You got to get to the TTP.
Did you guys see the clip of Embiid yelling, "You can't fucking guard me"?
That's great. It's almost like Carmelo Anthony, like what Melo says every time he reads out of the ball. He yells, fuck. He's like, I fucking got it.
Yeah.
Fucking get away. Get away.
And then he comes back with, I think Okafor's role should be on another team personally.
No,
I don't. I think there's a role here for him.
Maybe by end of the year. I mean, like by deadline.
But my whole thing is why?
No, I'm with you.
But why give up? Like Rashawn Holmes is a guy, dude.
No,
he's a guy. I mean,
just second-round pick for a reason.
Yeah, Jaleel Okafor can be a dominant post player in this league.
Rashawn Holmes is also a 4. I mean, they play him out of position when they play him at center.
I mean, John's going to get a lot of minutes, especially with Holmes out for a few weeks. He's definitely going to get a lot of minutes. Now you don't have to rush Holmes back because you have 2 big men that are healthy and 3 in Amir Johnson.
I wonder, though, with Ja, not that the signing had anything to do with it, but I wonder if another Dookie being in there help straighten him out a little bit. Like, yo, you got to do right by the family. You got to do right by the family.
Don't let Daddy Mike come over.
Right.
You know what I mean? Put you over his name.
And I'm not saying that's where the signing came from. Like, let's go get a Dookie.
With his toupee.
But hey.
No, but TTP actually, he asked the point that he made answering your question. He takes us out of the fast tempo offense. He's a better fit somewhere else. And that's possible. But I'm not ready to give up on it.
Yeah, but not everything needs to be up-tempo. Your second unit doesn't necessarily have to be up-tempo.
And let's be real. In the playoffs, the game slows down.
Yeah, it does.
And it's what I've said with Ja since he was drafted. When you compared Nerlens to Ja, they're 2 separate entities. They're apples to oranges.
Right.
Yeah, you can compare the 2.
In the playoffs, which is where you hope this team is, you need a guy on the block that's going to be able to drop 10 and 10.
No, and I don't think there's any question. No matter how much you love him or hate him, he could score the basketball.
Listen,
no doubt.
Listen, this is for the fan, by the fan, and the fans are on freaking fire tonight with some of these comments.
They are rolling in hot.
I mean, I love it. Where's the one? Bob Armour said they did mention Dream and Duncan on the broadcast tonight.
Nice.
Boom. Oops. Tony could tell in terms of dominance, yes, Shaq, in terms of the dominance thing. Bob Harmon, and watching YouTube videos of white people shooting.
Well,
JoJo, that was great. That's hysterical.
That's where he gets it from.
I mean, there's no facts. And now he's got 1 run on his team.
Yeah.
Hey,
probably
JJ,
a great
keep
one.
me a cup. Keep me a few. Yep.
Yeah, the comments are going to roll in hot when you have 12,000 followers.
Mikey G. Mikey G's a good one. Yeah. Some people need attention. Mikey G. Where's it?
Sorry, did I break a thought process there? Did I do that?
Told you, stop making me laugh. I can't do it.
It's my job. And I do it well.
Mikey G, because Deion Brown was saying, could you see LeBron eyeing Philly next year? I don't see it personally. I think he runs the Cleveland Cavaliers. When you talk about J.R. Smith saying that, LeBron told him he's coming off the bench, not Tyronn Lue,
right.
Which is amazing to me.
Kevin Love said LeBron told him he was moving to 5.
Yeah, it's great. It's comical to me.
LeBron just shows up for work every day and goes, I run this bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does. Mikey G, if LeBron comes to Philly, I'll walk to Cleveland. No chance. I'll walk with you because I'll be that ecstatic. I mean, shit. I'm running. I might run. Listen, that'll be my first marathon. I won't even train for it.
But the premise is there, though. That's what this was set up to be.
Yeah.
Right? You build this group. You build this core of just absolute pups.
The pluck of bigwig.
And then you're just like,
well, not even
Durant,
necessarily to pluck, but
Russ,
to have them want to come to you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because you got to think, again, they had this money for Embiid. They have the money for Ben. Throughout this whole thing, they always had money for 2 or 3 max contracts on top of our own guys.
Well, I don't think you even need to go. I don't think you even need to go outside this organization. That's how deep it is.
Well, right now, yeah. But here's the interesting, because I know we're going to get into the contract a little bit, but to your point, Greg, they still have, I mean, with all these contracts that they have right now, even if they re-sign Covington to like the 1-year exception or whatever the hell that they call that in the NBA, they still have $40 million of cap space next year. $40 million.
Yeah, because you think Reddick's coming off, Johnson's coming off.
That's 2 superstars in the NBA if they want them.
And everyone,
if they want them.
And everyone's worried about Embiid's money. Like, it was there. That's what Sam set up.
Yeah.
That's what this whole process was for. So that if a LeBron said, ooh, I like this, or Kevin said, hello. Hey, Kevin said, hey, yo, Russ, Let's go to Philly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or just Russ himself. That's what it's set up for.
I think what happens is people look at 5 years and $148 million.
Chump change.
And they go, well, the guy's only played 31 games in his career.
Did you watch them 31 games?
Yeah, one, did you watch those 31 games? Number two, do you follow the stat line where they project what he will be and what the Sixers will be if he plays 60 games, 70 games, 75 games, 80 games? And number three, you don't run the risk of him having an absolute killer season this year and then saying, I'm going to test the market.
Yeah. No,
because
no
what
question.
happens is, even though he's restricted, you get some team that comes in that has a shit ton of cap space and whose team may absolutely suck, but offers him $40 million a year. Bye-bye. See ya. Because he's gone.
Yeah.
Because the centers, the career expectancy is less than your guards and your forwards. They got to take the money when they can get it.
It'll be similar to what the Flyers did to Nashville with Shea Weber.
Exactly.
Like offer him this lucrative contract that they're either going to have to match and then it screws them royally, or you run the risk of waving goodbye.
That would have been nice.
It would have been nice.
It would have been real nice.
That would have been nice. What do we got here? Everybody's saying they'll walk to Cleveland. Bob Hartman. I said I'll run a 4.40 to Cleveland.
Don't worry, we'll get that on tape.
Is that a 4.40 feet or 40 yards?
Whatever. It's a 4.40.
It might be 40 inches.
Mikey J, over under for Celtics 49. What would be your over under for the Celtics?
That's over.
Yeah, I think the Celtics are gonna be really good.
They're gonna be good.
I mean,
Cleveland's gonna be better.
I watched them play Friday night with a half a squad, and
Cleveland's gonna be better.
I mean,
they're good for 55 to 60.
Jaylen Brown has improved.
Really good player.
Yeah,
really good.
I'm not saying Cleveland isn't going to be better. I'm just saying over under is going to be over.
I'm just saying if somehow D Rose stays healthy for them, they're a freaking problem.
Yeah,
because Wade's going to do Wade stuff, even though he's older.
Yeah.
LeBron's going to be the best player in the world. We know that. Isaiah's going to come back at some point. Kevin Love does what Kevin Love does. I love Crowder. That's the only part of that deal I didn't like for the Celtics was giving up Crowder because he's that good defensively and he can match up against them wing guys like Durant and all around the league. There's so many wing guys and he can really D it up and does a little bit of everything. I love that part of the deal. I really do. And another thing, Isaiah Thomas is a flat-out freaking baby. Okay? Because these guys, you can't have your cake and goddamn eat it too. All right? So when it's convenient, it's a fucking business, right? When it's convenient for these guys, it's a business. You're going to take a shot at Danny Ainge because he can't trade you because you're – listen, with all due respect, dude, I feel your pain. Your sister, that's not a joking matter, okay? Not a joke at all.
Right.
But that does not tie into the fucking fact of you getting dealt or not and what's best for the Boston Celtics organization. Come on, dude. They traded you to the best player in the world. He didn't goddamn trade you to Brooklyn Nets, dude. He traded you to go play with LeBron, dude. And then you're going to come out and I'm not Mr. Danny Ainge. He's done a hell of a job with the Boston Celtics, dude. And you're going to take a shot at that guy? Really? If you would have got over the hump last year, you would never got dealt.
Yeah.
So who's that on?
Play Game 7.
I don't like that stuff when these players, when it's convenient, it's a business, and when it's not, you take a shot. Come on, dude. Don't put that on that man because I watched Danny Ainge talk today, and he looked upset, like really emotionally upset that you're going to take an attack at him because of what you went through last year. How could he trade me? Come on, dude. I don't buy it, man. But you're the one coming out all last year talking about how he's a max goddamn player. Right? He's holding Boston over the coals, how he's a max player. So guess what? They get a chance to go get a 26-year-old guard who's one of the best guards in basketball. See ya.
And has a ring.
See ya. Yep. Sorry, Isaiah. What's best for my organization? And I got a pick.
And isn't injured.
So,
no, they traded the pick. I'm sorry, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Kenny Ken 123. Do you think we have enough of a bench to have a chance to advance in the playoffs? Yes, absolutely. I think this team is infinitely deeper than it was last year.
Well,
and then TT. Go ahead. Go.
No, I was going to say even your top 10. I mean, those are two starting fives.
Right.
You know,
and that's why I mapped it out that way.
As compared to what we've used to drum out. So
where we've had three.
Yeah.
Three,
2.5.
Three, maybe 2.5. And TTB Ballin he gets into the contract criteria, and I'm not going to read it because you're stealing my thunder. Actually, I will read it because it's a good segue into the next part. So we're talking about, the 5 years, $148 million. If he goes first, second, or third team All-NBA or wins the MVP, he can get as much as $178 million. Okay? That's still not $40 million a year, which is the going rate for a superstar in the NBA these days. So
potential MVP, pretty cheap.
Right, but so TTB Ballin says if he misses 25 or more regular season games due to a foot or back injury or plays fewer than 1,650 minutes in a season, we have the right to release him and gain a portion of the money back.
Which I was – go ahead.
So that's the one part of the whole criteria that I don't like, is that it basically has to be an injury to the point where you release him to get that cap relief. So
that means it's that bad.
Yeah,
it means it's that bad. It means
it's that bad. So I do like the fact that if this turns into a Greg Oden or a Jeff Ruland situation where the injuries are so bad that he's just not playing, and you want to release him and let somebody else take on the problem, you're going to get that cap money back. I just don't like the fact that there's not an escalator in there where if he plays fewer than 1,650 minutes, then maybe he doesn't get the full salary.
Well, no, I think it is. I think it only gets 50%.
See, I didn't get that. And if that's in there, that's fine. I mean, I need to do more research on that part of it. But, like, if you think back to the days of Matt Geiger and his whole injury thing, and the reason that he had the big issue here was they wanted the escalator clause in his contract about games played, minutes played, whatever, and he balked at that.
He never got it.
And it turned into a shit show.
And they might be still paying him.
Right. But
Bobby
and that's the thing. Like, I just don't like the fact that if it does go bad in year one or year two in terms of the number of minutes, that you have to release him to get that money back. I would rather it be some sort of escalator clause in there.
Here we go. We got a good one.
Go ahead.
Dion. He goes, I know it's crazy fucking early, but he says, who will be the fucking thorn in the Sixers side this season just on the East? Take away Cleveland and Boston. I say Milwaukee.
I mean, it's Milwaukee. Yeah.
Daniel Bakley.
You know what, though?
Daniel Bakley says Washington.
Washington's a very good team.
Real good team.
You know, they retained the guy that we liked on the wing, an Otto Porter type of player.
Yep.
He's a very good player.
Bradley Beal can flat out score it.
John Wall's still John Wall.
Yeah, Bradley Beal can flat out score.
I don't think Gortat can handle JoJo inside, but at least he's on that athletic side.
Well, their guards give us a problem.
Yes,
their guards create an issue.
See,
for us.
Here, the reason why I think it's Miami is that to me, Washington right now is not on the rise. They're on sort of like that level plane. But for me, the two teams in the East that are on the rise are the Sixers and Milwaukee. So I think what you have now is you have.
You don't think Washington's on the rise?
I don't. I think they're level right now. They're not dropping off.
I'm just saying with three young, talented players that seem to continue to get better.
But they need something to get them over the hump. Because,
maybe it's Beal just getting older.
I mean, and maybe it is. But to me, you have the Cavs and the Celtics are pretty much the undisputed 1-2. Mm-hmm. And then I think you have Washington just flatline at like a 4. And what you then have is you have the Sixers in Milwaukee fighting to jump Washington to get to that 3 spot. Whoever doesn't go 3 probably finishes 5 right under Washington. And then you've got the hodgepodge of Toronto, Miami, Indianapolis, or Indiana, maybe the Knicks. I mean, there's just Chicago is going to be you got a whole hodgepodge of teams then that you could toss in there at 6, 7, and 8. But I mean, for the contract situation, I mean, I think we're all in agreement, right? That they needed to do it now.
Oh, right this second.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
You cannot cannot even let it get to the point because listen, look at this factor, right? If he plays 70+ games this year, right? He plays 70+ and as dominant as we know he's going to be, right? Guess what that money goes up to? You might add another $70 million to that.
Yeah,
easy, right, Greg? Easy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So why not do it now? Because right now, like he said in his interview 2 weeks ago, how the Sixers hold the leverage on him. He said it.
Yeah.
And his agent knew it. That's why he didn't participate 5-on-5 because knowing that he can sign
we
the contract at this point, that I'm not going to go 5-on-5 with a chance to get hurt, and then I lose out on a chance of signing this deal.
Yeah.
So he knew they hold the leverage. So, like you said
Well,
earlier on, Mike,
we
take the money when you
right.
get it because you don't know your own house.
Yeah, and we said on this show 6 weeks ago during minicamp, and all three of us looked at each other and said, if the contract wasn't an issue, he'd be playing. He'd be participating.
Well, it's just
he's been healthy since April.
And
I mean, let's not blow smoke up anybody's
You want to
ass.
say January? I'm going with January too. I'm going to say he's been healthy since
well,
January.
I mean, even
But actually, all year.
I even think back to Ben Simmons.
I do
The
think
knee,
I do think
okay.
the knee tweak.
I'll buy that
but,
one.
But to me,
for a week or two.
that is a go in, scope it, clean it up. Miss 4 weeks, you're back for the playoffs.
But that's like Ben.
Obi, 8th goal. Sorry.
Oh,
Wow.
God damn.
Well, hey,
But like that's Ben. Like if
get
this
him out of
team,
the way now. You know he won't score him in the playoffs.
if
Sorry.
this team was anything last year, Ben plays at some point and Joel comes back.
Right.
But because there wasn't, why push it?
Right.
Why push it?
Dion wants to know if we're cool with the contract. We flat out love
yeah.
the contract.
It's a
Yeah.
bargain.
Oh, yeah, it's a big
It's an
time
absolute
bargain.
bargain.
For a franchise-type player, what he is, and it actually a trend-setting player for the entire NBA, you got him on a discount.
Right.
I mean, a big-time discount. What else we got? Giannis. Daniel Baker said Giannis needs to be more consistent for the Bucks to be better. I don't disagree with that, but they're still a really good team, and I'm sure who's the Dookie? Jabari Parker. I'm sure he'll tear his knee up again.
TTP balling. Simmons battling Giannis will be something to see for years to come. Completely agree. Straight from the mouth of Joel himself. Felt great to get back out there tonight and get a win. The future is bright. # the process.
Well, it's just like when they asked geez, why am I blanking? When they asked Brent Brown about Joel playing tennis and running through the streets, he laughed and he goes, Joel just wants to think that he's a normal kid.
That's all.
That he's a normal guy. But, he's like, I
Still
have
is
no
a kid.
problem with it. So, if he's not healthy and the contract wasn't the leverage, then why is the head coach okay with the guy running through the streets of Philadelphia and playing tennis, which, oh, by the way, you need your feet to do?
Speaking of Brett Brown,
I love it.
Who does he? I do too. Who does he remind you of? Look like right now? Who's he look exactly like right now?
With the beard?
Yeah.
Pop?
Yep.
Why would you not look like
No, I
those?
just love it because somebody said earlier in the chat is and this was way earlier is Brett Brown going to get the McCannon treatment? No, because Brett Brown is a legitimate basketball guy, and the people used to complain about. Like my buddies in their chat, like, oh, he's terrible at a timeout. And this was back like Tony Roten and whoever the hell else we had, and Michael Carter Williams. It's like, yeah, dude, because he had no talent. So
And
now,
I can attest to that.
Now with
as
talent,
a basketball coach with no talent,
yeah, well, any
you can
sport,
draw.
right?
Oh, any sport. You can draw up whatever you want.
Right.
They still got to execute.
Yeah, Tony Roten can't make a jumper. Well, what's good to play call out of timeout?
So
it means
here's
nothing.
the guaranteed money. So that criteria, which you stated,
Right.
the 25 games or the minutes, right? If they decide to waive him after 2018-19, he would receive $84.2 million.
Wait, 2018,
of
2019?
of his full contract.
How much?
Still a bargain.
84.2
After 2019?
after 18-19.
That's next year. So
that's
it's
next
it's
year.
2 years and $84 million.
And then
Still a bargain.
So 1920, he would receive 98.2. 2021, 113, and 21-22, 129. So obviously, as he continues to play, those numbers jump. But so I hate Brian Colangelo.
But it is front loaded.
It is front loaded, and
Hey,
I'm a
Colangelo, too. Rat-faced
but
bastard.
That's a hell of a contract.
No, it's a great contract.
That's a hell of a contract, and just like with Doug, I'm going to give credit where credit's due.
Yep.
That's a great contract for this type of guy because, yes, you have to pay him, but you also don't totally screw yourself if something does seriously happen.
I also give a lot of credit to the player and the agent for understanding
Agreeing to it, yeah.
that you've basically built this on 31 games. And
You build it off a social media
Yeah,
account. You
yeah,
build it off
you're
because
right.
you came in here
And
and,
if you
you
want-
started a hashtag that's one of the most trending hashtags in this city and one of the most trending hashtags on Instagram. I mean, this is a guy who we talk about as a trendsetter, the culture he brought in here, the vibes that come off of this guy. They're always excited to be around, the game of basketball, his teammates, all that
that's what I was just
translates.
going to say is that if you're him and you look at this squad right now with Dario, Ben, Markelle, JJ Redick, do you even want to think about leaving? Hell no.
Hell no. And the way the city loves you, You're a folk hero here, and you played 31 games.
You're a goddamn rock
Dude,
star. Is what you are.
If you get Braun and Patterson, I mean, the panties just drop. I mean, you'll be banging down Braun and Patterson. Women just bending. I'm sorry, is that Cam Newton-ish? No, women just bending over all the way down Broad for you. I mean, that's exciting. I mean, think about it, though. That's real talk.
Go back.
You know what I mean? Because that's just what happens at the NBA. Everybody has like 27 children.
Go
that,
back.
You know, they just a lot of banging in the NBA.
Go back 4 years, though.
Ask Kobe. Magic.
Wiggins and JoJo are at Kansas.
Right.
They don't win the national chip because JoJo doesn't play. Wiggins goes 1. JoJo falls to 3. I mean, think of like what would have happened if JoJo was healthy. They win the chip. They win the national championship at Kansas.
And he goes 1.
And he goes 1.
Yeah.
And Wiggins goes 2.
And we're stuck with Parker.
We would have been stuck with Parker,
Yeah. And
So
his knees.
So the injury saved us. Bob Hartman
No,
showing
Sam
up.
saved us. Sam.
Oh, I know. You know I'm a Sam guy, man. I love Sam.
I love
Hinkie.
you, Sam.
Showing up at the draft, jumping around the Eagles game, love Embiid. And they're the things he does, man. He's around the people. It's just, there's something about this guy that guys just want to be around him.
He wants to be normal, and that's what it is.
Yes, but when you get, and he does. And when you get all these guys that are working out together, right? Like before you need to work out, they're all at the Sixers training complex in Camden. They're all down there together. They're all working out. They're all taking pictures. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it became a brotherhood with these guys, and they're able to grow together. That's the special thing about this. It's not going out and signing free agents and bringing them in here. It's these core group of 4 or 5 guys that are the core of this future being able to grow together. You don't need Markelle Fultz to be a superstar. He's got to score the basketball a lot, right? You don't need Ben Simmons to drop 30 a night. Be a distributor. Do everything, right? Dario, be who you are, 20, 12, 7 guy. Because guess what? The big dog is going to walk into 28, 15, and 2.5 blocks a night and probably dish 5 or 6. So you see that you don't need to go outside this organization, to your point earlier, that this money can all be given to these guys. Like Mike said, you have 2 or 3 maxes that you can do.
Yeah.
So they're really in a good shape. And like I said, I hate Colangelo like you do. I'm a hinky guy, but credit to where credit's due. J.J. Redick, another great signing. Amir Johnson, I thought was a really good signing.
And 1-year deals.
Yeah, and it's just
So
you're putting yourself in a good spot.
you have to use the money anyway. Use on a guy that's a veteran that can teach these kids something, and then either it works or it doesn't, and you move on.
I just want to know how you think a guy who wants to be the black 7-foot Roger Federer is normal.
He wants to be.
You say he wants to be normal,
But he does.
But he coins
But
himself
that's the kind of shit we would say, though, right? I mean, that's the kind of crazy, stupid shit we would say, just as having fun, right?
Yeah.
Like
Tell
just
me
joking around.
Tell me
like,
I'm not the 5'8", fat, white Aaron Rodgers.
You are. I saw you sling it, Daddy. Tell me I ain't Brady.
All right. We got 5 left. Do we want to talk Phillies or just keep going?
I want to
Sixers?
get into these 2 real quick. Sam Nelson, those 31 games he played were the best days Sixers fans have had since Allen Iverson days. Completely agree.
100%.
No doubt.
Michael Wesley, if he stays healthy, Embiid will go down as the most loved Philadelphia sports icon of all time. The personality coupled with the skill level, the potentially a title. Guys like him in any sport just don't come around very often, and that's why you sign him. Great point, Michael.
Kern, what's up, buddy?
And Bob Hartman, Embiid seems to love TJ. Does Embiid have the power to get TJ more playing time? Listen, Embiid's
but he's got the power to keep him on this team.
Yeah, and he's got the power if he plays to be able to start making LeBron-type decisions.
Well, no, but TJ's a basketball guy. So what's going to keep him on the floor is the fact that he can play basketball.
Right.
Now, he's not. He's going to be the Deladova type of guy to the Cleveland Cavs. You know what I mean? He's going to be that distributor, that set starter, and then let the other guys go.
All right, TTP, completely unbiased. What do you guys think Lonzo will be?
Great distributor.
He'll be good. He'll be a great distributor. Not going to be a scorer.
I think he's going to run into a triple-double every night, but it's going to be like a 10, 10, and 10 type of thing.
He's Jason Kidd, minus the shooting.
Minus scoring.
Yeah, and guess what? Like we would say if he was here, that can develop over time.
I just think he's that versatile that he's going to obviously get 10 assists a game. I think he's going to walk into 7, 8 rebounds a game.
Yeah, it was the no-brainer who the number 1 pick in this draft was, and that was Markelle Fultz. I mean, really, because guys who can score at will like that don't come around often, and that's the pick you make there. You don't trade up 1 to go get Lonzo Ball. You just don't. Not because of LeVar, because LeVar's funny and he's comical. He makes you laugh. But all bias aside, even though I hate the Lakers, the kid can flat out dish the basketball.
Oh, absolutely. And walking into a triple-double, as minute as it is, there's no No snap.
Bob Hartman wants my Flyers rant. And Jeremy B. I haven't been excited for Sixers basketball since AI. Same thing. Yup.
Jeremy, what happens if
Robbie,
Embiid walks out, though?
Just string us out to 11:30, brother.
Jeremy was complaining
All right,
about the contract yesterday.
I just bought us 18 more minutes. Let's go.
Now he's buying in.
Yeah.
Well, so the Flyers last night, and then we'll go Phillies manager. We'll talk Embiid for whatever. We'll talk whatever you guys want. But the NHL's a flat-out freaking joke, okay? And Hacksaw is a dope. You're in a tie hockey game right there. There's no need to challenge that. You play on the road for the tie, Daddy. You play on the road for a point. It's come from a non-hockey guy that just facts, dude. You don't challenge that unless you are certain, because that means to me you don't know the goddamn rule. So now you're going to put yourself in a 5-on-3 again situation where you already got tired guys in the third period? Come on, dude. Wake the hell up. You cost your team a point last night and maybe a win in a hockey game by taking a chance that wasn't necessary. If that would have put you down 6-5, you roll the goddamn dice on it. But not when it's a 5-5 hockey game, you don't roll the dice. Not knowing how terrible the NHL rule is.
Yeah.
And knowing that, you can't do that there, man. And, Bob, my rant would be a lot stronger if I felt better, but that's what you're going to get out of me tonight. Dave Hacksaw is now officially on the goddamn hot seat because that's a dope-ass move, and now you got to rebuild my trust now for you. And the whole coaching staff needs to rebuild my trust because you gave a game away last night. As a hockey team, a coach, Greg, as a coach in a hockey team, you caught the game up. Good hockey teams don't do that shit.
You were down 3-0, so your players put you in the spot to begin with. You were down 3-0. You battled back. Great job battling back, but don't.
You're up 5-3 with 3 minutes left.
Oh, I'm with you. I was with a guy who had Nashville last night, and we were just watching that game go back to his side.
Well, I almost posted at 5-3 like this looks like a good hockey team. I'm glad I didn't because that would have been a dope. But they still look like a good hockey team for a little bit there.
They're battling.
They're still a good hockey team. I mean,
they're tough.
Let's not forget Nashville went to the Cup Finals last year.
Yeah,
and it was their home opener.
But no,
and Bob was like, he's all excited about being 3-1 on the road trip or even 2-1-1. That ending killed me, and I think it killed a lot of Flyers fans out there because, you really came out hot on a tough road trip. You're getting it out of the way early on in the year. You go out to the West Coast. And you got to come away with a point last night. There is zero excuse not to come away with it. And you're going to put your hockey team in a position like that, knowing the rule and knowing that that's a close one. Dude, it was 5-5.
I completely agree with you. But to Bob's point, take a step back, look at the big picture. You needed to come out of these 4 games with 4 or 5 points. You're going home with 4 points. Take it for what it is. Hit the reset button. Now,
but you're in a tough division that you can't squander points like this.
Agree, but think about it this way now, though. You're now moving from an 82-game schedule to a 78-game schedule, and 4 more games are at home. So, I mean,
true.
It's not, it's not unprecedented to start with 4 on the road. But given that they did come out of it with 4 points where they needed to get 4 or 5 points. And now their schedule is weighted more heavily now to the home ice for the rest of the season. I'll take it. I'm not going to dwell on it. I mean, did it suck? Yeah, it absolutely sucked, but I'm not dwelling on it.
Going by, yep. We got 2 outs. Yeah, about to go top 9, 3-2 Yanks. About to go bottom 9. The Indians have it. Chapman was already in the 8th, so he's going 2.
Who's up for Cleveland?
Who will be up for Cleveland? Let me see. Let's go over here. It looks like Bruce. Now, we should be right here, right? Is it Ramirez, Encarnacion, Santana?
Yep, that's what it looks like.
Looks like that's what it is.
Ramirez, Encarnacion, and Santana.
So right, switch, right? Yeah, so that's all right.
Yep.
Yeah, righties against Chapman. Hey. That's a core, Daddy. You going to get one done for the kid. I got 25 on the Indians. Let's go.
I'm going out on it right now.
Screw the Yankees.
Encarnacion takes him yard to tie the game.
Please.
Let's go.
Because Wilson loaded up on the Yankees.
Look,
and I like the Yankees.
I don't miss
tonight.
on home runs in the postseason.
No, you don't. Remember that?
We sat right here and called that shit.
Well, Frazier just walked, so now it's first. Now it's first and second for the Yanks.
Oh, let's not count our count our chickens on that one.
Bob says besides the goal early, Giroux getting beat badly defensively, Gosford missing the net badly, Voracek with mental mistakes. And these are guys who got to be your leaders of this team, man. They really do. They really do. Or you're going to start with talking trades.
I didn't see the game last night except for probably the third period.
I trusted his opinion.
No, I'm not saying.
I didn't see that either because I was with you.
Yeah, we were working.
And then I got drilled right here. Mike, you see that bad boy?
Boy.
Came around the net. I can deal with that better than I can deal with being sick. Like, I'm a vagina when I'm sick. Like, I should put a tampon.
He really is.
I am a vagina when I'm sick.
I spent Saturday with him.
Yeah.
Not a good human being when I'm sick.
Not.
I told the guys on the fix that I'm a piece of shit when I'm sick. Like, I'm a scumbag. I hate everybody.
This is great. Oh, so TTP Ballin says, I guarantee you Embiid is trolling people on separate IG and Twitter accounts just like KG did. And then Maribel Rangel. Hi, Maribel.
Hello.
Indians blew a 2-0 lead. She's trying to jinx it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I do love it. I really do. Come on, Ed. Come on, Cleveland. Come on. They suck again. Let's go real quick, Phils. Deion Brown. Gentlemen, I'm out. Getting ready for work in the AM, but I'll be tuning in for next week and every show from this point on.
Thanks,
good night,
Deion.
Fellas, and go Birds. Deion, love it. We appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate
it's all
you.
about you guys. You guys make the show.
Good
We're here
stuff
for
tonight.
you guys.
Good stuff tonight.
Yeah, great questions.
Yeah.
I wanted to he wanted to talk a little bit, projecting the 2018, like some looks for Eagles. So we'll get into that later on as things get a little deeper.
Yeah, they got a bye week coming up that we could use for our reset button.
We can have a little fun with that. It's sort of some names that we're looking at, some positions we want to maybe fill moving on. But let's get into real quick some fills. John Farrell.
No interest. The reason he's not being brought back by Boston is because he lost the team. He needs a cooling off period.
I love when guys lose teams because players are flat out freaking soft.
They are soft.
Well, I was never the biggest John Farrell guy, just because I don't think he's. But then again, who actually truly manages in Major League Baseball? But I just didn't think he was an actual manager. I just think he was always. He just had talent. He had talent and payroll.
He was. You know what he was? He was Tito's shadow.
Yeah, but he's a good baseball guy.
Francona's shadow.
I would have no issue with him.
I would hate it.
Just because he's a good baseball guy and he won a ring and
yeah.
guys like that. When you win and you get to that point, I'll take a shot on you guys. But that's not my guy. Real quick question, Sam Nelson. What would you do if Bob McClure is named Philly's new manager? I would literally go to his house. I would go to Clintack's house. I would put him in the trunk of my car. I would drive over to Walt Whitman. I would open the trunk and launch. It would be a launch party if Bob McClure is anywhere on this staff next year. Now, Bella, I want Bella to be on this staff, and that ties into who I want to be the next Phillies manager, and I want it to be Ruben freaking Amaro Jr., a guy because people don't like the name. The name did nothing wrong here. The name took a shot in 2009 to go get us back there again and win it, okay? We didn't get it done there, okay? 2010, Cliff Lee, thank you, okay? 11, after they signed Howard and the Achilles, Ruben didn't tear his Achilles, okay? That was a backbreaker for this organization. This was an organization, prospect-wise, minor league farm system-wise, that was one of the worst in baseball. What did Ruben Amaro do? He flipped it. By the time he left this organization, and Mike will attest to this was a top 5 farm system in baseball. So you're going to tell me the guy's a dope? The guy knows baseball. He's been around the game for too goddamn long. He'll translate the players like we talk about. Former players usually do, okay? People say, oh, what's the old, everybody always says, his voice won't, is old or stale. To who, dude? Nobody's on this goddamn team was here when he was the GM. He drafted most of these kids. How's his voice stale here? His voice might be stale to the fan base. This is the guy who went on The Fanatic consistently and got a freaking abused and never shied away from it. That's a winner to me. That's a guy I'll take in this organization any day of the week, and I think it's a great name, and if they're doing their due diligence, it's a great name to bring in. Name another guy on this list besides Brad Ausmus that excites you. Somebody told me, oh, go with Watman. Get the F out of here, dude. I don't want the Triple A freaking manager coming up and managing the big league. Oh, because he was with the kids? The kids aren't kids anymore. Now they're big leaguers. Okay, it's one thing to manage a Triple A team. Okay, they ain't big leaguers yet. When you get to the big league level, now the egos start rolling, right? You think, who's going to handle egos better, Ruben Amaro or Watman?
I don't think Ruben Amaro is going to handle him right.
Oh, you're a problem. You're just a hater. You don't like anybody who used to play the game. I know. I smell it. You roll over you.
No,
yeah,
you
hate
don't
dogs.
know my stance.
Well, you just cleared it up.
Oh, God.
Go ahead,
I just don't think he's a manager yet.
What does he need to do to be a manager, Greg?
I think he needs to be around the game in the clubhouse.
What he's done for 2 years in Boston?
1 year.
1 year. He's only been a first
only
base
been
coach
there
for 1
1
year.
year.
I thought he went there 2 years ago,
No.
but whatever. That's not enough.
No, I don't think it
162
is.
around the clubhouse isn't enough. He's played.
Listen, he's got the pedigree, he's got the background, he's got the knowledge. I don't doubt any of that. I think in this city, his name, I just don't think it's the right move now.
I think it's a great move.
That's the same thing I said
I just
last
don't
week.
think it's the right move now. I don't think this is the guy that Clint Tech is going to staple his name to and his job to.
Why?
But I think if you're going to interview him, fine, interview him. I don't think.
But why are you worried
now.
about what the fans are going to worry about the name? What if I'm not Quintac, right? I'm not doing my due diligence. If I worry about what the fan base is going to think about a name,
Well, that's
if
what I
this is the
said.
guy-
So
if this-
interview him.
But my point is, if this is the best guy for the job, and Matt Quintac thinks this is the smartest guy for the job, and why you say, okay, he's got to be around a locker room more. He's been around a locker room his whole goddamn life.
He has,
So
but
don't-
not in a coach's standpoint.
But Greg,
Like,
why can't you bring in a coach that grows with these kids? Why can't you?
But what has he proven from the coach's box that he can do it at the major league level?
What has Danny Watman proved? What has Brad Ausmus proved? I mean, these are other names on the list. What did they prove?
Brad Ausmus.
What?
was a heck of a
Underachieved
player.
in Detroit? No, underachieved. They underachieved.
What guys? What
They
Detroit
underachieved,
guys-
though. They underachieved.
They did.
So if
But
he's
we
that
talked
great-
about this last
but if
week.
he's that great,
But
though,
we talked about it last week.
I have no
It's
problem with
tough to
Brad
deal with
Ausmus.
those Eagles.
I have
It's
no-
tough to deal with those egos.
Okay.
What egos we have here?
Dude, you're missing the point. He underachieved in Detroit.
I don't agree.
I like Brad Ausmus.
I'm not missing the point.
I like
don't
him as a
agree.
name.
You like him. I don't. That's it. Done deal.
Well, okay, but you would take Brad Ausmus over Ruben Mara
Yes.
Jr. right now.
Yes.
Okay, you're going to take an underachiever. That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I'd rather take an underachiever than a guy who's haven't done it yet.
Dude, there's a lot of guys who never did it, and they end up doing it and becoming successful. So,
I
it's
agree
always
with you.
got to be a retread?
No.
It's always got to be a retread,
It does
though.
not have to be
Why
a
can't it
retread.
be? Why can't it be
But I want
somebody?
a guy that's at least been in a locker room from a coach's standpoint for more than a year.
Dude, when you're a general manager of an entire freaking organization, you're in the locker room as a coach. A lot,
You're
and
not
a lot.
as a coach.
Yes, you
You're
are.
as the
Yes, you
top
are.
dog.
Yes, you are. You make
You're
a lot
as
of
the
calls.
top
You make a
dog.
lot of calls. You tell me he didn't make lineup
You're
calls.
telling me
You're
when-
telling me he didn't make lineup
listen,
calls.
listen,
You're
you're
telling me he
telling
didn't
me
write lineup sheets out.
When John comes out for your
Oh.
team, when John comes out to coach your team, he's not thought of as, oh my God, that's John. That's Coach John right there. That's the boss of this program.
Okay, still coach.
Yeah, but they think of that.
If John wrote me out a lineup, what lineup am I using?
John's.
Okay, so if Ruben Amaro wrote up a lineup for Charlie back in the day, okay, what lineup are you
But
using?
John's coached. Ruben Amaro has never coached yet.
You get stuck on the fact that he hasn't ran a team. That's why Larry Boa would stay here. That's why these other guys, like a Boa, who's a great
But
freaking bench coach.
why do we got to retread?
Why is it a
But why do we
retread,
got
though?
to retread Philly guys? Why can't we just go outside and grab someone
We
new?
retreaded Doug Peterson.
Thank you.
4-1.
Thank you.
Thank you. Success.
So far.
Success.
So far.
Okay.
But why do we have to retread? Why can't we just go outside and
This
get
is the
someone
problem,
new?
man. Nobody ever wants to give a guy a
What-
shot
what-
and
what's
a
the-
role. It's always,
what's the
we got to
problem?
go get a reach. What's
What's
Brad
the problem?
Ausmus?
What's
Brad
the problem
Ausmus?
having a different
Brad
opinion
Ausmus
than you?
is a freaking retread.
Nothing. I can have a different opinion than you.
No
That's
shit.
it.
No, I don't like it, though.
Mike, go ahead. Because I'm right. You're not.
I'm with Greg.
Okay.
Just saying.
No, you guys can be together and
I-
kumbaya, but I like Ruben Amaro Jr.
I don't-
I'm a loyal son of a bitch.
I don't-
Okay,
I don't-
Nails is loyal.
But we talked about this last week, and I'm sticking by what I said last week. I actually do think Ruben's got a future as a manager in the major leagues. I just don't see it happening in this city or next year.
Read Bob Hartman.
It's what I do, Bob.
Is that Mike just sitting there calm, just watching the back and forth?
It's what I do. I don't stress over shit I can't control. This, I have no control over.
You know, I like the guy. I'm loyal to the guy. I think he's a really smart baseball guy.
I don't
He is.
disagree
and,
with you.
He is.
And this
I just
isn't
don't
a
think
team,
the timing's
this
there.
Isn't when the timing. This isn't a team that's going to win tomorrow.
Let me ask
though.
you a question, though. We just said John Farrell got fired from Boston.
Yeah.
Ruben's already in place there. What makes you think he's not going to get the shot there instead of coming back here?
Okay, that would make the Red Sox smarter than us, in my opinion.
It might.
I know the name. Just do me this favor, okay, for 1 second. Take his name away. Take his track record as a GM. Both sides of it. Making deals, wheeling and dealing, getting big-time arms in here, right? And he was the toast of this effing town, was he not?
All right, so wait,
Was he not?
hold on, stop.
Yep.
Stop. Because if that's what we're doing, if we're taking the guy's name out of it and we're just looking at the accomplishments, my question is, if he's so goddamn good, why the hell is he only a first base coach?
Because that's obviously that stepping stone that you guys feel like this baseball purist bullshit that a guy has to be a first base coach, then a third base coach, to be a goddamn head coach. No, a guy's been around fucking baseball for 40 plus years. Why does he need to go A, B, C, and D? If you're smart enough and you've been around the game enough and you've been in a GM role, why can you not go down to the box? Why? I don't understand that.
So
it doesn't make sense.
So the three of us now are suddenly smarter than every goddamn general manager and manager in Major League Baseball that doesn't give him the shot that made him a first base coach.
Mike, this is a different breed of a guy, though. This is a guy who not only has been around the clubhouse when he was younger with his father playing, he played the game. He was around great leaders in the 90s with the Phillies, okay? Then he went to a freaking GM role, all right? He was assistant GM before. Then he went to a GM role. The guy's been at like every level, okay? And then wanted to get into coaching and got his opportunity to be a first base coach. But why does he have to go to third? Why does he have to go to third to be a head coach? You said last week, you said, I want to see him go to third before he goes to head coach.
Ideally, that was his ideal.
I said ideally, I would like to see him do third, bench, and then you get your shot.
And I'm okay with that.
And whatever. But what I'm saying to you is this is a guy who was a scouting director who went to an assistant general manager and then a GM. Those guys don't ever go back into uniform. So for him to go from the front office into a uniform role is pretty much unprecedented. So I give him that. What I'm saying to you is if he was ready to be a manager, you got to figure that being a former GM, he would have the stroke to get that shot somewhere. So what I'm saying is that if every other team in Major League Baseball looks at him as a guy who he may have the potential to do it, but we got to get him acclimated to being an on-field strategy guy. Then we're going to start him at first base. Now, do I think he has to go third, bench, manager? No. The Red Sox could hire him tomorrow, and I'd go, you know what? They had the balls to take the shot. And like you said, maybe it makes them smarter than us. That's fine.
Or maybe it doesn't.
Or maybe it doesn't. I mean,
I just like yelling at you guys.
No, it's fine. I mean, you could make the argument either way. I'm just saying, it's great for you to love the name, and everything you said about his credentials is spot on. But there is a certain portion. To be a major league ready manager, you have to experience managing at some level. Or work your way up, which he's done neither. And remember, Ryan Sandberg, this guy was an all-world manager coming up through the Cubs minor league system, and he came here and he sucked.
Yeah, so
the Cubs passed him over and over again. And everyone wondered why.
But that's the thing with Ruben, and listen, I understand it's not realistic, and I'm going to argue the name because I've always been a Ruben guy, and that's just me. You know what I mean?
See, I don't even have a problem with the name.
I just love the guy.
I need him to have some experience in a role bigger than being a first base coach.
And that's fair. If this team, my point is, if this team was ready to win tomorrow, ready to really win tomorrow,
then he's not your guy.
Then you have to go for a John Farrell type, that's out there right now, a guy who's had success with another team and won a World Series. But the fact is, it's a young team, and essentially the young team that guys that he put together here. I mean, how just perfect is it to bring the guy back and him grow with these guys and win with these guys? It's just like a story. It's like a story you couldn't write. That this is a guy who had a terrible farm system, took shots, got ran out of Philly, but before he got ran out of Philly, he did Philly right and set us up really nice for the future, okay? Right. And how funny of a story would it be? And great story, he came back, and this team took off with him together. That's just how I look at it. I'm not saying I'm right. Everything you guys are saying is spot freaking on, okay? I like yelling and screaming with you guys. Thank you. I feel like I cleared out a little bit more.
But to your point, though, there is a certain population of Ruben haters out there that would go absolutely ballistic if he even gets interviewed, let alone gets the job. But it wouldn't be fair of them to do that if he did get hired. If he does get hired, you got to let this thing play out. You have to. You have no choice.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't just bury him based on
his name.
The name, yeah.
And that's the unfair part.
Right.
But like Greg's point, I understand what you're saying in terms of, he's just not your guy, and what you guys are saying that, you would rather see him have some bench coach experience, be down there. I just feel like when you go up into the GM role and you oversee everything, you have a better feel for it. You think he's not up. He wasn't when he was a GM up in the box, that he wasn't thinking, okay, 8th inning. This is the guy I want to bring in. This is the situation I want to do. But I'm just saying, you don't think he was thinking baseball?
No, because no. I'm not saying he wasn't, right?
Come on, man.
And maybe,
that's disrespectful to any guy in that role to say no.
I'm not saying he wasn't, but I don't think he was doing it verbally. Like I don't think he was going
calling down. No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying like calling down.
And that's where I thought you were going.
No. I just meant like in his head,
like,
this is the move I would make.
Because then what manager wants to be on that?
Shit. 5-2 Yanks.
Damn it.
God damn it. So we
had the Sox losing. We should have had the Yanks losing.
Don't worry. The Astros are going to boat race their asses. They're going to boat race theirs. Yankees don't have enough pitching to put up with that.
Right.
They can't throw Chapman 9 innings every game.
Well, maybe they can. Maybe they can. But no, I mean, listen, the name's is not going to work for a lot of people here, and that's a shame. And he's not going to be the guy they hire, most likely. Like you said, Clintack's probably not going to stamp his career here on a guy who was already here in a way. Not that really matters. I just think it's funny if you take away his name and just the stuff he's done. He's a really good baseball guy.
See, it's different.
He's just smart to me. But my selling point of him completely is what I talked about earlier. He never shied away from missing out. Through them years when he was getting smashed week in and week out, he came on, and it wasn't GM speak. He really answered questions. Mm-hmm. And it came to the point at the end of it that Mike was like, dude, I mean, this guy's just unbelievable. I mean, how can you not respect this guy? Because he when we were winning, when everything went south.
He was with Angelo every Wednesday morning. He was with Missinelli every Tuesday afternoon. I mean,
that's respect.
Some people said he was a media whore. Others said that he just had the balls to take the bullets.
I think maybe you could say maybe a little bit, but anybody who's exposed out there is always a media whore, right? So, but I mean, I understand that side of it too. But the other thing is the guy's just a talker too. Isn't a talker going to translate around your locker room too?
Yeah,
a guy who's a good talker.
Right. But you also have to realize and understand when to and when not to talk.
True, but there's just no names really out there that excite me. That's why I like.
Here's the difference.
Sweep said to me the other day, he's like, "Nails, you're way too loyal." You know what I mean? Like you're so loyal to this guy.
Well, yeah, you are.
And I am, and I'm admitting to it.
I'm admitting
to it.
But
I'm a problem.
Say he did this transition, right? Say he instead of when he was done playing, he worked his way up to be a coach and a manager, and then worked his way into the front office, and then coming back out. It's a totally different scenario.
Oh, it's an absolutely different scenario.
Like instead of going through the scouting director, the assistant GM, and right into the shoot, that's such a prestigious there.
No, Greg, you're right on the money because I think with him it was the Stanford education and the bloodline, what basically allowed him to go right from the field into the front office
and daddy
scouting. Well, that's what I mean, the bloodline.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry.
So it's it's this this
that does go hand in hand, right? Yeah.
A little bit,
Jesus
a little bit, but it's so he moves right into the front office, and then he gets fast tracked. So just that the never having been in a position to make day-to-day on-field decisions is the one part that bothers me. I am fine with the name.
Because it's an unknown, right?
Yeah, because it's an unknown.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do we complain about managers who have a quick hook with the pitchers versus managers who, leave their starting pitchers in there too long? He doesn't have a feel for any of that because he's never done it before. Right. And I would love to just be able to, have him, in a National League Baseball. When do you double switch? When do you, when do you just put another pitcher in there and don't worry about it because you're going to pinch hit for him the next inning? Just like strategy things that you can only pick up by being in the dugout for a year or so.
Great points, right? Because it ties into this. Right, similar to Doug. Surrounding yourself with the first time you have an opportunity to be like the leader, right? When you surround yourself with a really good bench coach, if it's Bella, a guy who's managed before, a guy's been around really good teams, right? A really good pitching coach. Obviously, it wouldn't be Bob McClure. You would go outside the organization. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he can, because Ruben's a baseball guy. So if he surrounds himself with these guys year one, year two, and grows with it, I can see it being successful. But it's all about who you surround yourself with. Like Dougie surrounds himself with Jim Schwartz, Frank Reich, okay? Guys who've been around, guys who played, football guys, whatever. Schwartz, who's been a head coach before, and according to some people was taking his job, okay, and all that stuff. But he surrounded himself with good people, good football guys, and it helped the transition a little quicker than if it was a bunch of unknowns with him.
And I can tell you this much. If it was Ruben, First call I would be making, Roy Halladay.
Pitching coach?
Yep.
I like where your freaking head's at. I really do. I like it. I know we'll never agree on a coach ever, though. Like
I
me
have
and
no
you.
problem with Roy Halladay.
No, me and you, just in general. Like the only coach we agree.
Oh, he's dying.
The
He's
only coach we
dying.
agree on is Brett Brown, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And Haxtell just doesn't matter.
I'm not a
to us.
Haxtell guy.
Yeah.
I don't mind him.
I don't mind him, but I'm not a
won a
disciple.
lot, so I'm okay with it. He won a lot in college, so I'm okay. But see, my thing with Haxtell is I'm okay with a fresh face in the organization. Like,
he's not a retread.
Yeah, he's not a retread of a Flyers guy. So I'm okay, even if it does have to go a little bit down. Like, let's see what the guy won a lot of college, and I watch a lot of UND games. Because my family's from that area, so I'm okay with Haxtell.
But again, the Flyers are the king of recycling.
And that's why
why
I'm okay with going outside.
And the Phillies really don't do that. They're really not known to bring in a manager that was here before as a retread type deal.
Although I would take Charlie. I'd bring Charlie back.
I wouldn't have a problem bringing Charlie
with
back.
the kids. I have no problem. Keep Bo. I just want Bo here. After I heard him talk about just wanting to stay here and wanting to watch this through, that's what makes me think that Bo is talking to Clintack, and that's where Ruben comes in. That's where I see that connection right there. Can you guys buy into that part of it? I see that connection with Bo and Clintack and Amaro.
See, now, I could, but I think if Bo is talking to Clintack, then Morandini's the guy. I don't know how I feel about that, but
I would rather have Ruben, I think, but I don't know. I mean, Mickey. I think he's a baseball guy, though. I mean, he's not a baseball guy, nor a player.
But at least he managed, although it was in single A.
Yeah, shit.
But I'm saying that's like Ruben doesn't even have that.
Yeah, but he has more credibility than Mickey Morandini.
I'm not saying he doesn't. But I'm saying at least
I love you guys.
At least Mickey
really
managed a day-to-day operation.
Jesus Christ, and he didn't run a whole goddamn organization, Greg. I love when you say day-to-day because the guy coached single A. But the guy runs a whole organization. He didn't go day-to-day. He's going hour by hour. But he's running a whole organization. You're a freaking problem.
But he's up there, yeah. He might be looking at scenarios right now, and then 5 minutes later, he's on the horn. Hey, who's available here? Who's available there?
He did that a lot, but he really hated. You really hated me tonight for a minute.
I did. I really did.
Yeah,
I really went in.
Yeah, wow, you really.
That's the reason why I sat here calm and watched everything.
You did go in.
Yeah,
I was doing this. I don't even know what that means. I'm doing all of this. Just so upset at you. And then you make me yell at Mike, and I don't even yell at Mike. It's like yelling at you. You make me yell at him because then you two are too much agreement tonight.
But I'll yell back at you.
Yeah, you will.
Because I'm right now.
Get us out of here.
Freaking phenomenal. Robbie.
It's chopping wood like Greg Schiano. That's what it is.
Yeah. We play all the way through. Team's kneeling. We're laying out. We're laying out O-linemen. Another edition of Tom,
Mike,
AM,
in the PM.
HDRadio.com. Thank you all for listening. You all make the show. We thank Gibson Mayer LLC, our certified public accountant. Make him yours. Find him on the web, gibsonmayer.com. Soap-LLC, the new soap standard. Find them on the web, soap-.com. BMW Atlantic City, Scanzano Sports. We know the rest. Tom Renone, Michael Mataraki, Greg Mwakovic, Rob Povey on the ones and twos. You all make the show.
Thanks,
See
guys.
you next Wednesday.
Go Birds!
What's up next on the docket? Agree, disagree. Sunday night, we'll be talking an Eagles win. We out. Thanks, Bob.